Baldur's Gate 3 is fairly good.
Yes, it is. Okay. How's everyone doing tonight?
Good.
Okay.
Pretty good. How are you, buddy?
I'm good. Ready for some shenanigans. For those who didn't hear me say it earlier, our buddy from Final Fantasy Rowan is joining us tonight to watch and laugh at us.
Nothing new for him.
Nothing new for him, no. Okay, so last time you prepared yourselves to meet with the Shogun Naoki Yoshida in Kugane Palace. What all did you do in the morning before you went there? I'm blanking on something.
Well, we navigated an obstacle course.
No, before you went to met with the Seneschal and the Sekisugumi.
Talking with Hancock.
Oh, Hancock. Oh, that's right. Hancock was like uncomfortable with Aul, and
Rude.
You're Faye, okay? Was that when Kenji and Sid went to the bathhouse also? Did you guys do that?
That was the day before.
That was the day before.
Okay. All right. Well, the majority of the session was seeing you climb up the 777 steps to Kugane Palace, with some landings in between where you got to see some of the sights of the city from up on high. When you got to the palace, you were treated to several riddles that you had to figure out under risk of death. And you did a great job, somehow. My riddles must not have been strong enough. Even getting the last riddle, which was a countdown puzzle of sorts. And finally, you met with the Shogun, who apparently was pleased with Kenji's answers to his question, at which point he awarded you the deed to Ophiatoros Castle in Greater Hingashi. And after Kenji finished catching his breath and walking out of the palace, you began your long descent down the stairs, stopping to feed some Opos on the way, by Kevin's request. Did I miss anything?
I don't think so.
The Shogun was super young before we got there.
Nope. Yeah, that was never made clear. Okay, so with that, we will pick up as you get to the bottom of the 777 steps back in Kugane. It's now early afternoon and the city is bustling as per normal.
Hey, Professor, I was thinking, since the king had, or emperor, had all these trials before they could meet, what if we set up a bunch of trials in our castle that everyone had to go through before they meet us? You know? I mean, although I think it was real dumb, I think if anyone wants to meet us, maybe they gotta figure out some riddles.
Kevin, I don't know that that was kind of unnecessary, wouldn't you say?
I think it's absolutely crazy. I don't know why someone would do it, but I'm thinking instead of doing the trials, you make them pay 5 gil and they could just skip it all. I call it a DLC. Don't like trials. Spell trials with a C, right?
No, you don't. That's a T, Kevin.
Oh, they sound exactly the same, right? T, C. I mean, basically, they both have that E sound.
You're not wrong, I guess, but they don't really... You know what, Kevin? I don't think we're going to be charging people to get into the castle.
Okay, it was just a thought, Professor. I mean, at some point in time, we got to figure out how to make gil. I mean, as a newfound capitalist, once everyone gets here from town, I'm thinking, we can create jobs for them and figure out how they can integrate into the society.
Well, yeah, I would imagine that's the plan. We just have to figure out what it is that they're capable of doing and go from there.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And maybe we can use some of the land out back of the castle that I can put my farm at. I think that'd be nice.
Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, I'm sure we have plenty of land to use.
Yeah,
But
and then when Sharon moves in with you in the castle, she can also help whatever she wants to do, either tend to the land or, do her thing with like finding stuff. I'm not exactly sure what her profession was, but yeah, she was good at it, I think.
She was, and I don't think she's going to be moving into the castle. She's got to stay with her tribe, Kevin. That was kind of the point.
We'll just move the tribe over here. I mean, that was kind of a dump over there anyway, right? Living in caves, like, I don't know, like very, like, primal people, with like no grace or whatsoever, not classy like us. I mean, it surprised me because Sherwin, was a very fancy, normal person. But they're a bunch of savages over there.
I
Oh my god.
I think you're missing the point, Kevin. I mean, that's their home, just like Cliffside is your home. Would you would be pretty insulted if somebody came in and ran down your home like that, wouldn't you?
I would, but the difference is if you got a bunch of savages, right, and they don't know how to be prim and proper and whatnot, then we teach them how not to be savages. They didn't even know medicine, Professor. Like they're like just behind.
They knew medicine, Kevin. I just helped.
No, but Professor, you saw all them. They didn't know what to do. They didn't have any healers. They had like one way to deal with poison, but that was about it. I'm just saying, a bunch of savages, and you make them lot savages.
Okay, you gotta ease off with the savage term because that's not correct.
How is that not the correct term? I mean, they ain't proper much.
Kevin, to be fair, you're kind of rough around the edges yourself.
True. I may be a little rough around the edges, but at least I'm a civilized person.
And so are they in their way.
All right, whatever you say, Professor.
Hey, sorry, couldn't help it over here. Kevin, do you know how many people you've threatened to kill upon meeting them?
Let's see. Hold on. Let me take off my shoes.
You could just
Now,
simplify
how do you
it with
define
most of them.
savage, Kevin?
Oh, it's someone that's that doesn't use like modern day technology. People who don't know like modern day medicine, who don't have
Kevin, you use a
the good
sword,
religion
buddy.
of Bob. Sorry, what'd you say, Ken? I was talking over you.
Kevin, you use a sword. You don't use modern technology.
Sword's modern technology. What are you talking about? They were using like sticks and like I don't know, whatever savages use. Oh, sorry, not you're gonna use primitive
Kevin,
people.
Did you see Sherbin's star globe?
Yeah, but that's because she's an astrologian.
Sid, I'm gonna let you handle this, and I'm gonna go hit the bar. Have you in?
Bar? Yeah, you had me at bar. Anyway, I'll drop it for now, Professor, but something to think about. I think they could use a lot of your teaching. They definitely need someone, maybe a school. They clearly don't have real good schools over there. And I'm just thinking, we can take them from the primordial era to the normal era, our era. That's all I'm saying, Professor. I wasn't trying to be mean about it. I was just calling it how I saw it.
That is what you do, I guess.
All right, Ken, let's go get a drink. First one's on me.
All right, but only if you stop talking.
I can't make any promises, Ken.
Just
Must not have had good reception when I landed, so it just sent now.
What did I just see? Somebody said something in the chat. Sorry. Oh God, the cure for Kevin. Okay, so I guess Kenji and Kevin are going off to drink.
I don't think that was Kenji's intent.
Well, Kenji invited somebody. I didn't
It
hear
was
who.
Tavi.
Tavi. Yeah, I guess I'll go along. Kevin, why don't you stay and keep, Sid company?
No. By all means, please. I'm sure Kevin needs to unwind after all of those steps. So.
Yeah. Hey, Kevin, let me tell you about this game. It involves you jumping into the sea while we watch. Come on. Okay, so the rest of you, while they're peeling off to go drink, I guess they're going to go to
But Cairo Inn?
No. Shit, why am I blanking on it? It's the tower that everybody jumps off of to the death.
The hostelry?
The hostelry. The Shiokaze hostelry. There we go. I'm assuming that's where they're going, since that's where they've been drinking when they're not in the hot springs. But the rest of you, are you heading back to the East Aldenard Trading Company? What are you doing?
Heading back to the East Aldenard.
How long did it take us to do those trials since we had gotten there like early morning?
Yeah, you got there around 8 a.m., 8:30, somewhere around there, and then I said it's early afternoon, so. Okay, so the rest of you heading back to the East Aldenard Trading Company.
Yes.
Deus and Soul, and Ao, since you're there too. Go ahead and roll perception checks.
So good at those.
Sid, you're there too. You can roll it. And I guess Cosette, you're there too. I don't know why I thought you were somewhere else.
So far, not.
So I did well by getting you those.
Yes.
Okay.
7.
7,
9.
9,
17.
17.
Oh.
21.
Sid?
0 modifier.
Okay. And Cosette?
Give me a sec.
No.
Unorganized. Yes!
I know she goes a little slow.
It's actually not bad for
That's
8
true.
wisdom.
Wow.
You rolled a 17 natural?
Mhm.
You have 0 wisdom?
Yep.
Okay.
Still the only negative ones canceled out from an item.
Ah, very good.
Souls isn't like a little wisdom guy too.
Why? 24?
Nice.
Wow.
All right. Aoul, Cassette, almost said Sherbet, Cassette, and Sid. You see in your peripheral a person wearing an entirely blue outfit. They look like they're about the height of a higher. It's blue with like gold and red interspersed, and you swear that you see them shoot a fish out of their mouth and then run away from you. They weren't like in your direction. You just saw them shoot a fish and then run the opposite way.
Were they shooting the fish at us or just
No.
like. Okay.
Elsewhere in the movie. Yeah.
Does it look like they were doing it on purpose or was it just like a sneeze or something?
It looked intentional.
What was that?
Flu.
It looked intentional.
Okay.
Drive-by fishing.
Oh, wait, that seems really inefficient, actually. Inefficient?
And yet fly fishing works.
It, I'm not,
That's
What?
so embarrassing. Aw. The poor fellow.
are you not disturbed by the fact that he just shot a fish?
Not shot a fish. Shot a fish out of his mouth.
Well, yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure that was clear.
It does seem concerning, but probably more embarrassing for him. Otherwise, why would he run away like that? probably best to pretend we didn't see anything.
Anyone who actually did not see it, you can hear them having this conversation.
Do you have any idea what they're talking about?
No, sounds very bizarre. Very bizarre.
Professor, did you shoot the fish?
No, there was. You didn't see the person all in blue spit a fish out of their mouth?
No. Are you feeling okay?
It's usually a pretty solid question.
Shame. You shouldn't gossip like that. It's embarrassing to shoot a fish out your face.
Who shoots a fish out of their face?
Well, that person did.
You must not like sushi.
It was a whole fish.
It was a whole fish.
A whole fish.
And you didn't see this, Dad?
I did not see anything.
Ayo?
If you were to guess, it was probably a sardine.
Can I see the fish anywhere on the ground?
So the direction that they're looking is kind of an elevated section, so you'd have to go up the stairs on the side there. You want to go see if you can find it?
If I can't see it from where I'm standing, I'm not going to leave.
Okay. You can't see it from where you're standing.
I think we might need to get some sleep.
Yeah, sounds like it. Sounds like somebody's been drinking early.
Would anyone out of character? I'm sorry. Would anyone in the group be familiar with blue magic?
I don't know.
Not know how to do it, but would anyone be familiar with the concept of blue magic exists?
Everybody may roll a history check.
Oh, I actually have that one.
Alright, David, dice. We got this.
Oh,
Fucking dice. Okay, that's not my fault. You let it bounce out of your tray. Okay.
Not bad.
Well, that's a 14.
nice.
Yeah.
14. Good well, bard. What'd you get?
16.
16, 14, 12.
Four-
What did you get?
14.
Sid? 14 for cassette. Sid, what did you get?
24.
Wow.
Okay.
Plus 9 in history.
It's like Professor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Okay, so the people that got 14 plus. Actually, if you got between 14 and 17, you know that there is the existence of something called blue magic. Those of you from Cliffside would have read about this in a book as an up-and-coming, but also kind of crackpot type of magic that people would have engaged in. Your books were also a little bit older in Cliffside than they are out here. Those of you who got 18 or higher, you would know that blue mages are a thing, and they come from a place known as the New World. Tural is the official name of it, but everybody refers to it as the New World. And blue magic is alive and well there, and it has to do with learning magic from monsters. So you observe what monsters do, and then mimic that in the form of a spell.
So if I was in the 14 to 17 range, would it dawn on me that shooting a fish out of your mouth is blue magic?
Sorry, yes. You're not from Cliffside, I forgot. So yes, to you, that sounds like something you've heard of. You've never seen blue magic, but
Okay.
it's like...
Still haven't.
Yeah,
Still haven't. Still haven't. You never seen blue magic, you still haven't, but you have heard, like, other soldiers talk about it.
Okay.
More like an urban legend kind of thing than an actual thing.
I'm skeptical.
No. Ayo, you saw that too, right?
Did you mortals evolve the regurgitation reflex that I wasn't aware of?
No, I don't think so. But I mean, you have to. I would imagine, of all people, you would be familiar with the idea of something a little strange. No offense.
None taken and no idea given.
I mean, I read in Cliffside some books about blue mages. That sounds like something they might do.
Are they sad?
I guess they could be. I think that would be a personal thing.
Oh, because they're blue.
Yep. So, sad mages who cast fish.
I simple, but yes, I suppose that would be kind of accurate. Maybe if he is actually sad.
But no, to answer your question, I've never heard of that.
All right. I'm gonna go.
That knowledge missed me by 2 points.
Listen, I love the idea of sitting around and watching Hancock think he's got some sort of secret that we don't know, but I think I'm going to go see if I could find out what that was all about.
You want any company?
By all means.
Cassette's going.
Of course, because Sid's going. All right, so are you going with them too, or?
No, I'm going back to the trading company.
And what about you?
Wait, isn't that where they're going?
No,
No,
they're
they're-
going to examine what they just saw.
Oh, I misunderstood. I'd head back to the trading company if I wanted to stop by an herbalist to buy seeds.
Okay.
Specifically the ones that are mentioned in Deus's mother's book.
Sure.
If they have.
You follow your nose, you're able to smell out a florist shop, herbalist / florist shop. We'll get to that in a second. Those of you who went to go look, there is a stairway on either side of the wall that you're looking at, where the person that just shot a fish out of their mouth was. It's leading up to the upper levels. This is a city where it's divided into several levels with stairways in between it, kind of thing. Think somewhat like Venice. Somewhat like Venice. It's definitely an on the waterfront type city. And as you go up towards the stairs, you do see like a group of people that are standing there, like kind of scratching their heads. Some of them are grumbling. And then you see what appears to be a dartboard or an archery target practice board with a sardine still wriggling but sticking out the very center of it.
Is anybody touching it or anything?
Nobody's touching it. Just there's a crowd of people that are all just kind of mumbling to themselves.
I'm gonna walk up to the fish and try to take it out of the target.
Okay, it's kind of slippery, but you get a hold of its tail and its body and you pull and rip the fish in half.
You're a monster. Ah, that's my toes. Speaking of monsters.
Under your feet.
Does that know we're like,
And it just seems like a regular fish to me.
It looks like a sardine.
Here's Zoidberg in the distance.
Pizza is actually native to Garlemald, so you would know what pizza is, and you know that people put sardines on their pizza.
Wait, so they're known for their very bland and boring cuisine.
They borrow from all over the world, but the thing that's most they have goats there called ovibos, and you can use ovibos milk, turn that into Garlian cheese, which is the basis of their pizza. So yes,
I think the
that
goat
is
cheese
that is
pizza
like
would be
the
really
one good. That's like the one good food that Garlemald exports. So yes.
Now I want to try goat cheese pizza. I think that'd be tasty.
What did that? Taco Cat goat cheese pizza. Literally a game that I got at Origins.
I'm gonna take the half of the fish over to Sid and be like, Professor, have you ever seen an arrow like this?
No, but I've seen a man spit that out of his face.
And this is what he spit.
That's what he spit.
I'm gonna try and hand it to Sid.
I just love that Sid's basically speechless. Like, I have no idea what to do with this
Put it in
knowledge.
his pocket. There you go.
Thank you for the half fish.
Oh, you're welcome.
Murderer.
It was already dead.
It was wriggling.
Yeah.
Killed it.
From the vibrations of hitting the board.
I'm sure.
So then you murdered a concussed fish.
Concussed fish. That's the name of my folk band.
At least it had no idea what was happening.
Is anybody like looking around in the direction this guy might have run?
No, in fact, the crowd seems to be dispersing at this point.
Fishing the Robin Hood Men in Tights tournament, and then except it's blue guy split an arrow with a sardine.
Well,
Oh.
I'm sure if someone would have seen him do that to the target, they would have noticed him run off.
That's true. Can I try to grab somebody who's around there?
You literally get a grab.
Not
someone?
literally grab somebody, just kind of get their attention.
Sure, you walk up to there's a couple of people, two businessmen, if you were to guess, standing off to the side, and they're like, "Well, I sure didn't expect to be losing 10 gil to that today." And that's the first thing that you hear when you walk up. Do you say anything to them?
Yeah. What happened over there at that target exactly?
The fellow who ran off said he was putting on an exhibition, and he told us that he could hit the target without any bow or arrow and still strike the very middle. And if he could do that, we'd owe him 10 gil. If not, he'd pay us all 10 gil.
Huh. And which way did this gentleman go?
I seem to have run off that way, pointing to the west.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Wish I wasn't 10 gil lighter right now.
Would you like half of a sardine?
No.
Neither would I.
So drop
I'm
it.
gonna walk off that way and drop it.
Then Sid finds out the Sekisagumi sentence for littering is murder.
The sentence is murder?
Sentence is
I'm
murder.
gonna pick it up and try and like slyly like put it on my bow and try to see if like I can shoot it like an arrow.
It flops around a little bit, but you can try.
To try and shoot it at
At the target?
target, yeah.
Calculate the
Alright, make an attack
aerodynamics
roll.
of half a fish.
That's perfect.
Did you really?
You put it on the string and you pull and you let go, and instead of flying, your string just slices through it, splashing you with fish rods.
I'm gonna look around and see if anybody saw that.
Oh yeah,
You rolled what, like a 4-4
that one.
Yeah. I'm just not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna put my head down.
This is amazing.
I'm gonna send one of my Nulis over there and cast prestidigitation on him and clean him off a little bit.
You feel like a feather duster on your face that you can't see, but all of the guts just gotta fly off of you.
Do I realize he did it?
You saw him move his hand. So.
Thanks,
And a
Professor.
little floating doodad.
Does that? I thought it was invisible.
No, the Nulis are visible. They can be targeted.
Oh, he sent his new lith to do it. Sorry. I thought you meant you saw something when he did prestidigitation, but he did it through the new lith. Sorry. Yeah.
Thank you, Professor. Should we try and go find that guy? Are you interested to see what he's all about?
Well, I mean, I don't have any other. Until we decide where we're going, I don't really feel like sitting around in the trading company.
Oh, why not? It could be fun. Alonzi! And Cosette just starts marching off in the direction where the guy said the guy went off to.
Guess we're following her.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, do you know that teleportation spell?
Ether and teleport.
I do, right? Out of character.
Yeah, I think we said you did. Because it basically everybody wants to get to a certain level, they just learn it by doing the teleportation. It's the cost is that everybody has to pay some of their golden gil for it.
Yeah. If I've been to an Aetheryte before, I can teleport there.
Is there any way you can I'd like to really learn that if I could.
Yes, he would be able to learn it, but for roleplay's sake, he's learning it from you. So.
Okay. Yeah, certainly. Yeah, I'll do my best to teach you.
Bob,
I'll
Fenrir.
be happy to let you look at my spell book, and if there's anything you want to know, just let me know.
Excellent. Yes, I think that'll come in handy.
I don't think you can learn anything from a spell book.
It's like someone saying, here's the calculus that explains why an apple falls from a tree.
In my 0 wisdom ass, it's like, can't wait to learn all that.
Well, it'd be intelligence in this case.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
Intelligence to try,
Intelligence
wisdom
is
to know
book
that you
smarts,
can't.
Wisdom is street smarts.
Oh, I was saying like wisdom, like in my mind, I think I would be able to learn it.
Got it. Sorry, I thought you were actually talking about the attributes.
Yeah, sorry. I had it backwards. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, once we have some downtime, I'll start showing you.
Sounds good. I'm gonna follow Cassette.
I think you should leave. Yeah. Okay. I haven't watched it in the direction. Okay, so Cassette's done her best David Tennant impression, says Alonzi, and heads off in the direction of the Blue Gentleman.
Sounds like a
It's
brothel.
French, not David Tennant. But I see what you did
David
there.
Tennant said it as Doctor Who all the time.
Yeah,
That's why
but it's French, and she's from that place that speaks French, Ishgard.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go.
She doesn't even know where she's from. I mean,
These are the rules.
Can we angle the camera down a bit? There we go. Okay, so, Christian, we don't even see you.
I'm right here.
By choice.
Do you not want to be on camera?
No, it's just that I'm.
You're John Cena right now?
Then you can get.
this is like me. We just attend this completely naked, so
I popped
it's
in, I
better for
gotta
you
say
guys.
something.
Okay, so,
God damn it,
who's going back towards the trading company? I know that you were and Ao Ulu's.
Yep.
But it looks like, are you going back or are you going to follow?
I'm going with that.
Okay.
I want to see if I can learn how to shoot fish into a target. I'm being serious.
Okay, so you head off. I mean, you travel in a westward direction, pretty much where you saw the fellow run off to. Although you have no tracks, nothing to follow at the moment. You just kind of head west. Why don't all of you roll an investigation check?
Who all is that? All?
The three.
Them.
So that's
17.
Cassette.
Oh, shit.
13.
I thought you were saying the other people. Sorry, no. Oh,
Better?
15.
Woo!
So it's 19. I'll say.
19. Okay. So Cassette, you're still looking around, or at least you're trying, but you don't spot anything. Sid, you do find what appears to be a footprint, like pretty nice shoes, like kind of fancy shoes, in the mud along the road. Like, the road is mostly clean, but it was a little bit foggy out this morning, so there's some dampness, so you see a footprint in the dirt that's there. Soul, you also see this, but more so than the footprint, you notice the pattern of the crowds of people. And it seems that people have moved out of the way of somebody who is moving through, and you can tell that by seeing how they're walking. So you get an idea of where people are, or where that person ran to.
Looks like they headed through here. People are getting out of their way pretty quickly.
Maybe another demonstration?
Maybe. Probably making a lot of money.
It's leading into the direction of another market. This is kind of a wet market, as opposed to the sundries that you found near the East Almar Trading Company. This is more like, hey, we're selling food, and we got butcher here, that kind of thing. So, fish, meat, etc.
I think they headed to the market there probably to get some more fish to spit on.
Yep. Let's take a look.
Okay, that's the direction you're heading. It's very crowded at this time of day, and it's very loud. You hear a lot of people hucking their wares. Fresh fish here, fresh fish, just caught this morning. Come on over. And there's a butcher who's just kind of gruffly standing there, leaning on his cleaver on top of his little stall there, just waiting for people to come by and buy food. He reaches up and grabs a sausage and just takes a bite out of it. Basically, everything that you can imagine would be in a meat market, you see here, as well as one person who's selling fresh baked bread. Seems a little out of place here, but you work with what you got.
Does it smell good?
It smells really good.
Oh, Cossette's gonna wander over. She can't help it. It smells good.
Okay.
And then Sid gets murdered.
All over a baguette.
They are making Ishgardian bread. So it would remind
Smells so good.
You see baguettes there, you see full loaves of bread, you see a really stylized, it looks like a braided kind of bread, and it's underneath a sign that says Fresh Baked Challah.
Oh, I haven't tried that before.
Oh,
How
little
much?
miss, you want some challah?
Maybe. How much is it?
What, you get a full loaf of this for 2 silver gil. Baked fresh this morning. I will wash my hands first.
Smells wonderful. Alright, I'll take a loaf.
You got it. Let me wrap this one up for you. Just put your money on the counter. And goes to work wrapping up a braided challah for you. Hands it over.
Yay.
Come again.
Thank you.
And as soon as you take the bread from him, immediately his attention is just turned away from you and he's looking for someone new to sell his bread to.
Oh yeah, he's a busy man.
No.
Alright. Now Cossette's kind of looking around, being like, oh dear. Where'd they go?
Luckily, they're both very tall and it's easy to spot them.
She's gonna hustle back over to Sid and Sol if she can spot them easily.
Sure. She has really good smelling bread with her.
Yay! Would either of you like to try a piece of challah?
Sure.
Ooh, that does smell amazing.
She breaks off a piece for each of them.
So it's
Thank you.
kind of crunchy on the outside. The inside is super soft, like egg bread. It tastes really good. I want some challah.
Well,
It's really good.
is this?
As you're looking around, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I've never had any before. Usually in Ishgard, there's all kinds of wonderful bread at the bakeries, but this is different.
I admittedly I didn't really get much of a chance to check out much of the markets in Ishgard, so if there's anything like this, I missed out, I guess.
You'll have to try if you come back.
If it's safe for me to do so, I don't see why not.
Maybe.
Okay. With that, why don't the three of you make another investigation check?
Oof.
Maybe you don't roll those dice anymore.
It's an 8.
I didn't mean to curse you.
He's due for a good roll. He's due for a good roll.
8?
So bad. 5.
That's an 8.
Okay. You don't spot the blue gentleman anymore.
The bread was poisoned.
But the bread was too good.
Looks like our trail ran a bit cold.
Aw, what a shame. I was wondering if he could do more than just shoot fish out of his face. If they were actually a blue mage, I'd heard about them before, but I've never seen one.
Yeah. We had books on it in Cliffside. It just, I mean, a lot of speculation and all that, but it definitely seems like something that they should be able to do. I heard that they follow monsters around and try to find new skills from them.
What a peculiar skill to learn. I mean, it almost looked painful from what they were doing. Maybe he should have tried a smaller fish?
Probably would have been wise. I mean, that was a pretty big fish.
I mean, I couldn't do that. That fish was almost my size. Maybe a
And before
goldfish.
And before cassette multi-classes as blue mage.
Bet Kevin could do it.
He could probably do it without any blue magic.
That's what I was thinking.
Well,
Yeah.
well, unless y'all want to wander around a little more, I guess we should head back.
Yeah, I guess if we
Does
can't
it-
find them.
Cassette's gonna sort of survey not a skyline, but I guess the people line, and just sort of see if anything sort of stands out as like a little odd, like something stands out like, hey, there was a blue mage here, or something like that.
From your vantage point, you can't see anything. But, if I remember correctly, I think dragoons have the ability to jump somewhat, and there are some high surfaces you might be able to light on around here.
Instead of being awash in a sea of knees.
Yeah.
Lost in a sea of belt buckles, yes.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let's see. How do I do that though? Does that count? Does that count as?
And well, I mean, you can use an ability, or you can just do the skill jump, which would be an athletics check.
Okay. So I know we had talked about when I say we, Jimmy and I, we had talked about jump being jump, and then not a regular jump, a different
Yeah.
jump.
So I think you get triple your distance on your jumps. Is that what we?
Hold
came
on,
up
let
with?
me dig it up. Okay, so because it's when you're in your trance that your natural everyday jump that anybody can use is improved, and then you have the jump action, which is, I think I changed the naming on that to leap because it's stupid to have two things called the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me dig that up.
And that's an attack though. So
Yeah, I don't see that on my sheet.
so did you transfer over the stuff, the notes that Jimmy made? Because that's what it would be based on.
Yeah, okay, so it's dive and high dive are the moves you're looking for. Those are
Okay,
what
yeah.
jump and high jump were replaced with.
Okay, yeah, I've got dive and high dive.
Those are attacks though, right? They have to have a target.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a DM discretion. If
I
it's
would
just
say
a,
that you can use it without a target.
Yeah, just don't stab at the end. You're good.
Hopefully not damage whatever you land on.
That'd be awesome.
So do you want to jump up on top of the roof of one of the stalls?
yeah, 'cause you can jump up 30 feet.
Yeah. Do I have to use dragon trance?
No.
No? Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
then
you can
I'll do that.
Okay.
That's what
So I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. You just jump straight up and you come down gracefully on top of the roof of one of the stalls. It's about 15 fulms from the ground. but you are in an elevated part of the city. So if you want to look around and see if you can get a good
Yes.
grasp of the situation. All right, go ahead and roll
Yes.
a perception. Or actually, let's make this an investigation
No,
check.
and they are part of the trans.
I'm fine with it. It's fine.
But for combat purposes, it's
I'm fine with that ability being used out of combat as a not
just a hover.
damage. Yeah, just a jump. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
So,
Okay, that's cool. That makes it easier. And it's not
Yeah.
it's not perception, it's investigation.
Yeah, I want you to make an investigation check because you're actively
Looking for
searching
clues.
for where this person might be.
Okay. A flat 19.
Damn.
Okay. You actually spot in a sea of people a person wearing a blue top hat and matching the description of the one that you saw earlier. So the rest of his clothes appear blue, but you're seeing from above. So quickly making his way through a crowd and running down an alleyway, apparently from a group of 3 people that are running after him.
Oh. Master, Sir, Sid,
Yes.
Sid, I found him. He's in trouble. He ran down the alleyway, and there's 3 people. Oh, follow me! And she just bounces off and starts running towards the alleyway where she saw
Okay,
the
this is
guy.
like
running.
Northwest, it's near where the Bukairo Inn is, but it's on a lower level of it in an alleyway that unfortunately does come to a dead end. So you're running there after them?
Oh gosh, yeah, she is.
You're going to?
Yeah, those little legs are moving fast.
She's just bouncing. Boink, boink, boink. Yeah.
That would have been really fun to see her use against Kevin.
What, the jump? Oh, yeah. Okay, so you're running through the streets, you're making your way through the crowd, people are like getting out of your way, somebody's not out of the way fast enough so you kind of shove them a little bit, but not too hard so they fall. Don't want to, piss off the Seki Sugumi after all. So you keep running.
Can I apologize? Can I apologize while I'm running through people?
Sorry.
She's
Yeah, that's fine.
She's polite.
So you're just kind of barreling through this area, and finally you do get to this long alleyway. It's kind of dark. It's not well lit because the sun doesn't hit it properly from where you are right now. And you do see 3 people. They look like merchants, but kind of burly. One of them might be like a bodyguard kind of thing, and they're slowly like closing in on the blue gentleman, who is wearing a blue mask at the moment as well, so you can't really see his face. Although it's only covering his eyes. So, he's backed up against the wall as these 3 are approaching him. I would say that you're like 50 fulms away from them, and they're like 30 fulms away from him.
Hey, what's going on here?
Domino mask, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if they were masked people. I would assume like this guy.
It's not something that you would have seen. No. So you say, what's going on here? Do you say that to the 3 people that are closing in on him?
Yes, very assertively.
Back off, pipsqueak. This guy swindles us out of money.
What do you mean?
They're mistaken. I showed them a wonderful feat of my prowess, and they think that I swindled them.
Would this happen to have anything to do with a fish?
Yes! Did you see me do that? Wasn't it great?
It was something.
That's accurate.
All right. You could have this conversation after we beat the shit out of him and take our money back. And now the 3 of them are charging at him. And you just see him, I warned you! And you just see him take a deep breath. And how close are all of you? I'm just curious, like how close would you have gotten?
Uncomfortably close.
Oh gosh.
I'm gonna assume that you're further away than they are. Like they're about 15 to 20 films from him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say they're about 30 feet
Yeah, the end of the alleyway.
Yeah.
All right, so they've turned their back on you. They're charging at him. He just takes a deep breath in, and then you see him exhale, and it's like this putrid miasma of air coming out of his mouth straight at the three charging
No.
out. You just hear them go, "Oh no!" And they all of them fall to the ground, just coughing and retching. And from your distance, you haven't been hit by it, but you can smell it. This is like extremely bad breath. This person has halitosis of some sort.
Oh my god.
As the three of them are just writhing around on the ground, the blue person, the blue attired person, I should say, "Thank you for your assistance. I must be off. J-kick!" And you just see him jump off into the distance.
No, come back. I want to learn how to shoot fish.
I mean, I guess that would be the aftermath of shooting a fish out of your face.
Oh. Oh, I'm downwind. Oh.
Well,
We gotta get out of this alley here. It's
yeah, let's. Well, that was interesting.
And that was the same guy you saw earlier with the fish.
That is the guy I saw earlier with the fish. I wonder if
Weird stuff.
a lot more of his spells are regurgitation based.
Would Cosette know that that was from a Marlboro?
You could roll a nature check.
Okay. Uh, 16 and 4, 20.
Okay, yeah. Marlboro are actually fairly common to the Dravanian hinterlands, which is nearby to Ishgard, and you would have trained in that area as well. So you know that Marlboro are famous for their signature ability, which is called Bad Breath, which they use to restrain and incapacitate their prey before they devour them.
No, that smelled awful. Oh, it reminded me of when I had to clear this area of a Marlboro. Ooh, that bad breath it had was, terrible. It could put hair on your chest.
Why?
Well, I guess that kind of lends a bit of credence to the idea that he learns spells from monsters.
Oh, you think you learned that from a Marlboro?
I mean, I don't know of any monster that shoots sardines out of its mouth, but that seems to track.
True, but I don't want to know what he had to do to learn that. Ugh.
That's true enough. Well, I think these the merchants kind of got what was coming for them, trying to gang up on a guy like that.
I agree. 3 against 1 is just unfair.
Are you all walking away from the alley right now, or are you still standing in it?
Oh, we're walking away. We're not standing in that hot mess. Oh, no.
Meanwhile, the three of them just died from suffocation, and you just kind of left it there. Just kidding. Yeah. I don't know if you caught what happened or not.
Yeah, I got the breath. Where'd the blue guy go afterwards?
He jumped.
He just said J-kick, and he jumped away.
Out of character?
Although,
Maybe can
I'm very...
fight in the city that we're around.
If the second Sugumi saw it.
Could they smell it?
I'm very impressed with the jump he used. That was definitely not something from the Dragoon Corps. I'd like to ask him if we see him again.
Oh yeah,
He jumped.
there's something about a kick. Huh.
I'm curious.
Out of character, that means that he fought for justice. Anyway, that's where you learn that ability. I know that's not going to mean anything for those who don't play, but it's hilarious. Flashing sideways, Kenji and Kevin and
Copy.
Tavi. Yeah, I'm like, where is it? Who was it? Yeah, Tavi. So the three of you are at the Shiokaze hostelry. Sorry. Already considered regulars. As soon as they see you walk in, they bring over a couple of bottles of sake.
Perfect. I'm gonna sit down with Tavi and I guess Kevin and have a drink.
Are you a fan of sake, Kevin?
I mean, at first I didn't really like the taste. You know, it ain't nothing like good whiskey, in my opinion, or a brew. But you know what? Get you drunk, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that counts. So what's on your mind, Kenji?
Honestly, I just wanted to get out of our previous conversation, if I'm being 100%. And I figured you and I could go grab a drink. That, and I'm worried about what we're gonna do now that we're taking over this castle.
I assume you had some idea of what you wanted to do before you went to go ask the Shogun and risk your life about it.
Oh, that's where you're wrong, friend.
Tommy just kind of shakes his head and drinks some more sake.
Kenji has already admitted to not being the strategist of his former samurai group.
Tavi, my initial idea was to give the castle to Sherbin, who could run it.
I mean, you still could, theoretically.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
I mean,
that
Sherwin.
would not go well.
The way the professor said, Sherwin's gonna stay with her people. I mean, I get
Yeah,
that.
of
I
course she
understand
is.
that. But I still think, with the castle, I don't see why we can't move them here. You know, they might be safer. They don't have to, whatever that ceremony is that gets everyone killed every once in a while. I just think it's a good thing.
Kevin, do you ever try to think from other cultures' perspectives?
I mean, fact is, Ken, I was only raised in one culture, right? So it's been a lot of new things coming here, and I've been trying to keep my mind, open. But I feel like they do a lot of things backwards, and they don't much follow good religion and nothing like that. But I don't know. I try to think it from their side. I try to be good.
Kevin, just because something is different does not make it backwards.
I agree, but like if you don't even know how to do medicine, don't you think that's a little bit backwards?
Kevin, they saved your life.
Right, because they were familiar with that specific type of poison.
Uh-huh. And
Yeah,
does
but I'm
that
just
not
saying,
count
like-
as medicine?
Hey, I mean, all right, maybe that counts as medicine, but I'm just saying they're a little backwards. I don't mean it in a rude way. Yeah, they just don't seem civilized like. And
Kevin,
I'm not
how is
saying,
backwards not a rude way?
well, because if you're not right ways, then you're backwards, and it's the truth, and sometimes the truth hurts, but doesn't need to be mean.
Kevin, they had technology that you can't even comprehend. How is that backwards?
Like what?
Like that room where you hit the button?
Yeah. See, but that was like the ancient technology. That was fancy technology. But like, Sherwin's people, they didn't have much technology at all. Not like the cities that we've been to. Even you're from where you're from. I mean, it looks a little backwards with paper walls, which I'm loud and everyone can hear me through. But you still don't seem like primitive to me.
Kevin, everyone could hear you through steel doors.
That's because I just have a very good voice.
Kenji, if I'm not mistaken, didn't some of those people from the Dotharl tribe say that you were one of theirs?
Hey, Tavi, Didn't bring you out to rehash the past, friend. Brought you out to talk about the future.
Wait. Cam, I'm a little confused. I thought you were from Kagomai.
Literally.
Swing and a miss, man.
Wait, so
I've been to and from a lot of places, Kevin.
well, I don't get it. Where are you from, Ken?
How do you define from?
I mean, where were you born?
Why does that matter?
No, it don't matter much. I'm just saying, we've been getting along for a while now. Definitely been in some fights that we
have
won.
several.
I feel like, you've become family to me. I'd risk my life for you. And I've kind of told you everything you know about me. I've told you where I'm from. I think it'd be nice just to know a little bit about you. I won't make fun of you or none.
Well, I was originally from the same part of the world as her tribe, Dazim Steppe. Then I moved out here.
Wait,
There you go.
So you were a savage too? Well, see, that's my point, Ken. Like, look, you got nice and prim and proper. Oh, sorry, I'm not supposed to use that word. You were primitive too? Hey, if you can get prim and proper, why can't we do the same with them?
Kevin, I don't know how many more ways I can explain it to you.
Try one more.
Kevin, these people aren't backwards. They just do things differently than you. The second you start looking down on people, you start underestimating them, and then you die.
All right, now that's something I could get behind. You never want to underestimate your enemy. I think that's fair.
Nope, you never want to underestimate anyone.
Because they
These
could
people
be your
aren't your
enemy.
enemy.
Got it.
I mean, the way you talk, you're damn right.
Well done.
They can't. All we need to do is talk her through, and we'd find some common ground.
We always find just enough, don't we?
I think so. But thanks for sharing, Ken. Like I said, I won't be making fun of you none. I do find it quite interesting, your past and such.
Yep. You have to be able to learn from everywhere.
You were born there and you moved away. I mean, when did you move?
When I was about 10, 11, why?
I don't know, just curious, like, you don't got their accent none, and I just figured you'd have an accent from their people.
Well, I'm sure I could conjure up that accent if I needed to.
Well,
However, my accent takes after my mom's.
Ah, your mom. Okay, where's your mom from? Kagani?
To be honest with you, I don't really know where she's from, because I don't ask too many questions that probe into people's past.
Then how do you know someone if you don't probe into their past?
Well, you judge them by the deeds of their present, Kevin.
Can we stop talking about probing people?
Oh, you got some military experience there, Tabby. Please do tell.
Definitely.
Never
Sorry
mind,
for
don't
being
tell.
stingy.
Okay, Ken, moving on
Yeah.
from your past, because clearly you don't want to talk about it much. What do you want to do for your future? Like, why are you joining with us anyway? Now that the whole Shogun thing is all done. Not that I'm trying to kick you out. Of course, that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying, why are you with us to begin with?
Why was I with you to begin with? Well, it was to get Fifi to go back to Dale.
Yeah, but then you decided to stick around. How come?
To be honest with you, a lot of you are interesting, and you accidentally got inserted into my business. I'm a little worried about you.
All fair reasons, but you're just traveling with us because you're interested with us?
Yeah, what else do you do with your
Pretty good reason
time?
to be.
I'm interested in you too, Avi.
I think you'll find Tavi more tight-lipped than I am.
Yeah, clearly. I mean, I want him to open up. Now I'll talk to you later, Tavi, because I heard that you got all frozen up at the steps. I feel we can dive into that. Now,
I don't want to talk about it.
yeah, it's okay. I have this book. Take out the book of Bob, and I think it might be good for you. I'm not gonna give it to you yet. Happy to talk about it later, but you know, it helped me get through some hard times, and I think it could help you get through some hard times too.
Does it float?
I mean, it said that Bob could walk on water, so potentially. I don't think the book does.
No, that's too bad.
Yeah, I mean, water walking isn't even that high level of spell. I sure hope your deity could do it.
Yeah, of course. My god can walk on lots of things. I don't even know what high level spell means, but yeah, he could even turn wine into water, and you know, some amazing things too.
Pretty sure Aou could do that one. Actually, Aou could probably do any of those. Is Aou Bob?
I don't know. I don't think Aeol's Bob, but I've never seen a fairy before, and I think it's the most magical thing ever.
You think it's the most magical thing ever?
Yeah, I've never seen magic before until you know, the fairy came along, and then I realized what everyone else was doing might have been magic to begin with.
Okay. So if you can reassess like that, you can realize that it was magic all along, and that it wasn't the first magic you saw, right? Because you analyzed everything perfectly up to that point. You can make the very, 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 very logical sidestep to realize it was magic all along, right?
Kevin goes silent. You can see him like thinking really hard.
You see equations flying
Yeah.
across the camera.
And like a little bead of sweat kind of rolls down.
Make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, sick. Okay, hold on.
Now I'm picturing Peel from the Key and Peele sketch with just all the sweat.
Intelligence saving throw. My worst stat ever.
I got a -3.
I got a -1, but it could have been worse. I got a 4.
-3 in intelligence?
No, -1. I mean, I have a score of 9. Because Kevin got a little bit smarter over the course, I think. Did I put a point in it? Maybe I didn't. Doesn't matter. I got a 9, a 4.
Okay, your head hurts and you feel like you might have a nosebleed.
Oh, I mean, I don't like doing that too much, but yeah, I guess there was magic before, Ken. That makes sense. Oh, I guess it wasn't the first time I saw it.
All right.
I guess, you know, like I said, I only try to tell the truth wherever I see it. May not be the smartest guy, but, you know, I'm always open to changing my mind when presented with new evidence. That's why I'd like to talk to you about Q, okay?
So,
Oh,
right
no.
as you say that, a kimono-wearing gentleman sweeps up to the table, says, "I hear that you're open-minded, and I see that you have a bit of a nosebleed.
Oh my
I can
god.
help you."
Oh, yeah, I mean, you seem like a very perceptive person.
Yes.
Can
And
I
have
roll
medicine
insight on this
that you will
weirdo?
enjoy. Yes, you may.
Medicine? Will it help my nosebleed?
Oh, yes.
What else will it
It will
do?
help your nosebleed.
14.
It's crack.
Seems a little bit shifty.
I think we got plenty of medicine right at our table, friend.
Hold on, please. I'm talking to your friend. For just 2 golden gil, I will give you this box full of medicine. You will never feel better.
Wait,
Kevin. Don't.
what's in the box? Other than medicine,
He opens it up. There's
Okay.
a blue powder inside.
Can I roll a knowledge drugs?
This would just be nature.
Yeah, perfect. I'm so good at that.
Or
I got a
medicine.
4.
Medicine would be fine. What
Oh,
was
I'm
that?
much better at medicine. I got a 10.
You've been around the world, Ken. You've seen this before. This is Kraka root.
Kevin, that's Molly.
It's Kraka. K-R-A-K-K-A. Kraka. It's something that chocobos eat, okay? But in this form, it is a drug.
Oh.
it's what now, Ken?
Kevin, that's a drug they use on chocobos. Don't.
Oh, so you mean it's extra strong for humans?
No, I
Yes.
mean, don't buy or use it.
The first hit is free if you'd like to try it.
Oh my god.
He's giving me the
Kevin.
first hit for free. I mean, if it stops
Kevin,
my
that's 'cause
nosebleed,
he's trying to get you addicted to a drug.
addicted to a drug.
Kevin, surely you've experienced peer pressure
Yeah,
in
but
Cliffside.
what do you mean addicted to a drug? I mean, I don't know if we didn't really have addicted people in Cliffside. Did we have addicted people in Cliffside? Because we didn't really have drug.
Alcoholics.
Huh?
You had alcoholics.
Yeah, we didn't really have addicted people in Cliffside. I mean,
Okay, Kevin,
course.
that's great. And in this very, very, very particular situation, you should stick to your culture and not become a drug addict.
I just thought you said you should open up to new cultures. I'm getting confused now.
That's why I had to narrow it down
I'm
to
a
very
doctor.
specific.
This is a non-habit forming substance.
Street pharmacist.
Yep.
Non.
It's
Habit
non-habit forming. It makes sex better.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Jesus.
It
It's
makes
the
sense
cheapest
better.
shit there is.
What is that? Walk hard.
But you don't want none of this.
I love that movie.
I'm sorry, friend. I'm not from around these parts, and I'm gonna trust my friend Ken here. He has a lot of knowledge, and I trust what he's saying, even though the first hit's free.
I understand, and I respect that, and I respect your friend. But have you considered just dipping your finger in and sniffing a little bit of it?
No, I haven't. Can I do that?
Yes.
Kevin, please don't.
Just a little sniff, Ken. What seems to be the problem with that?
Kevin, please don't. John, please do.
Kevin,
Yeah.
there's an old expression my mom used to say. There's only so many times you can pull a kid's hand away from a snapping turtle. There's only so many times I'm gonna stop you from making a horrible, horrible decision with your own life. You're a grown man. Do what you want. I'm gonna have another glass.
All right. Not sure what that means, but sorry, sir. I'm gonna have to say no because I want to keep my hand out of snapping turtles today.
Square. And he just walks away.
That guy's the worst. Good call, Kevin.
Oh, I thought it was pretty nice. He was gonna give me something for free, but hey, I trust you, Ken. Like I said, we've been through a lot together, and I feel like sometimes we don't see eye to eye. But what I'm trying to say is, the leader of the group, I appreciate you being with us. You too, Tavi. I think we wouldn't have gotten as far as we did without you all. And knowing that we're outsiders, not from around any of these parts, well, this world to be in fact, I appreciate you guys joining with us.
Kevin, that's genuinely very sweet. And although we don't see eye to eye that often, I do appreciate you. And you're incredibly important. Also, your armor looks dope.
Thanks, Ken. Wouldn't have gotten that armor without your insight. Next one's on me. We'll just drink some more till we're done.
And then it's a party.
Tavi's enough voices in
rave
his
night.
head.
Anyway, while you're drinking, Aeol and Deus, you arrive back at the East Albenar Trading Company.
By way of the seed merchant.
You arrive at the herbalist. It seems to be like a nursery mixed with an herbalist shop. So it's like
The home and garden section.
I was thinking it's like Green Thumb out in Newhall, but yes.
Okay.
But yeah, they've got lots of plants for sale, but then they also have dried herbs, and it looks like they have a mortar and pestle where they'll actually grind herbs for you if you need them. So
Did you follow or did you go straight to the...
Well, I figured we were walking back because the
on
stores
your
are
way.
on the way. So
Mm.
I'm going to keep an eye on you just to make sure you don't get into trouble.
Get kidnapped?
Yeah.
there are dead plants in here.
It happens.
Dried. Just saying.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna look at the book.
You're a Lollifell right now, right?
Well, I'm wearing Lollifell clothes.
Did you not
No, that was old because like it's a
So
second
still
level.
still got the pixie face, but well,
Pixie face, but wearing a hat, baggy clothes because they're Lalafell size and pixies are
A
emaciated.
Rogadan woman leans over the
Jesus.
counter, looks at you. Where are your parents, kid?
I don't have any. I have a friend though.
Well, life is hard. It sucks. Do you have money?
No.
I have money.
Come on in. I'd love to help you and your child friend.
Okay, what are you looking for?
Well, I wanted to get some seeds for all the plants in the book that you gave me from your mom.
Oh,
Just looking. That I've never seen these plants before, so I'm just looking at like diagram, plant.
Where'd you get
next.
this book? Did you steal it?
No, it was a gift.
yeah. It's a family heirloom passed down through the generations. Once.
Alright. Alright.
True. And then passed up the generations.
So what are you looking for from here? I see a lot of plants that I recognize.
Seeds or saplings? Or cuttings?
They literally just put out their arms and look all over
Well,
the shop.
specifically these ones.
Do you have any in particular?
I don't know. Whatever.
Potted or cut?
Cut or seeds.
Alright.
That's anyone's that Deus's
This
mom
one's
would
a
have
fungus.
noted
You sure
as.
you want this?
Oh yeah, get 2 of those.
Yes.
How old are you?
24.
Okay, this is a controlled substance, so you can only buy it if you're an adult. She puts 2 of those potted funguses there. It looks to be like all white with like, it's creased like a brain, and then there are spots of red that look sticky on it.
You're selling me psilocybin.
No, it's like fly agaric.
This plant looks smart.
Yeah, it's the brain fungus, I think is what they call it, something like that.
Fucking creepy ones.
Yeah, and incredibly poisonous, so that's why they said it's controlled substance. And they go looking for elephant ear. Alright, and yeah, and they've got little seed packets. It's like little, not really Ziploc bags, little pouches. That's the word I was looking for. Little pouches that they put some seeds in of various plants. And once they've got like 10 of them there, they're just like adding it up. All right. 92 golden gil.
Oh, okay.
Is that a lot?
I don't think so. I got a ton of this stuff, so.
The shopkeeper's saying nothing.
We'll roll 0 inside.
You
I
can.
can too. But no, I don't know. In matters of money, I have literally no experience, so.
Well, you got a little now. You see me here? Drop a hand. Gold.
Yeah, that looks right. They put it in a bag underneath the counter. Do you want a little basket for this?
Oh, yes, please.
Sure, I'll put that. And then they just put everything in there very carefully, putting down the fungus on top or on either side. There's 2 of them. Be careful with that.
In the bottomless backpack.
And are you leaving now? Or what are you doing?
No, I was gonna go over to a nearby plant and cast Speak with Plants
Okay.
and just ask it if any of them want a new home and how nice the shopkeep is.
She gives us lots of water and fertilizer. She's nicer to us than she is to her customers.
I find that reassuring.
I think she ripped you off.
My wings are still here.
Okay.
Well, thank you. Enjoy your water.
Yeah, what were you talking to the plant for?
They have nice things to say.
Really?
You swear that you see a little flower like turn, like a
Like
head
a dog.
turning.
Like-
Although you look at it again and it doesn't move.
What's neat is that Speak with Plants does allow the plant to move.
Yeah, I know.
Which is
Aw.
I think Speak with Plants is in Baldur's Gate 3 too.
No.
I know
Speak with animals it is.
No speak with plants, right?
Not that I've
Okay.
seen. No, animals and dead.
Well, I know that. I still haven't used it yet. Okay. Hey, maybe you shouldn't be encouraging street urchins.
Well, not really from the street. Came from another.
Urchins of any sort.
Oh, okay, like sea urchins and.
For the
Land
worst
urchins,
kind.
Land urchins.
Street urchins.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
there's a lot of different types. I didn't know that. Thank you. Oh, you ready to go?
Yes.
All right, we'll be back tomorrow, and we'll walk
I
out.
can't wait. Bring more money. Okay, so you're headed back to the East Alnar Trading Company.
Yeah. Unless you're going somewhere
A
else.
real quick flash sideways. Tavi would have, grabbed the sleeve of the drug dealer and says, "I'll take one of those boxes."
Oh no.
And you just see him grab it and kind of pocket it, but off to the side, just kind of dips his finger, puts it away.
That's a little ring with the thing that opens.
It's a little snuff box. I asked him if he said he'd try a little, but not too much.
Oh jeez.
Nice.
Just a little taste.
Already hears voices. Now he's gonna hear all the voices.
He's a little twitchy. All right. So back to the East Alnar Trading Company. Hancock is actually sitting outside. There is a bench outside. He appears to be feeding some of the seagulls that are coming nearby. There's no bird poop anywhere near there, but there's plenty of birds, and they're like picking up on the little crackers and bread that he throws out and then flying off. But none of them have ever crapped anywhere near the trading center up here.
Oh, very respectful. I like that. Hey, are you feeling okay?
I feel wonderful. I always feel wonderful. I do notice you seem to be missing some of your group, though. Please tell me they didn't die in the attempt of speaking to the Shogun.
No. Everybody was alive after we got done talking. But where they are now, I don't know. They could be right.
It's very reassuring. How did it go?
Oh, the talk? The talk was good. We own a castle now.
That is wonderful.
Yeah.
The Shogun is a merciful man.
Oh, well, not
And
quite a
that
man,
matters.
but yeah.
I beg your pardon?
No, a little, point at eel, like smaller,
He's a Lollipop?
could be.
He's a fair sight taller than I was.
Well, yeah, but roughly closer to you than to me.
Fair.
Are you implying that the Shogun is a child?
You thought so too? That's what Kevin and I were saying, but Professor Sid said not to talk about it.
I have no idea, as I've never been in the presence of the Shogun. So this is interesting information, for which I thank you for now giving to me.
Sure. Just make sure you study up on your riddling.
Ritalin? I haven't used that since I was a child.
Okay, well,
Wow.
like I said, bone up.
I couldn't help it. Yes, well, do you know when the rest will be returning?
No idea. Soon, probably. I mean, we still have our stuff here.
Yes. Now that you own a castle, I assume you will no longer be staying here?
Oh, well, let's not get carried away. Well, we're going to talk about it, I'm sure. I'm not sure what our plans are.
Yes, of course. Hello, Eou. What do you have there?
Backpack? Milkshake?
Oh, that's right. Is there a milkshake?
So iCarly, the older brother, has a milkshake and a llama, and the sister asks, "What do you got there?" He's like, "A milkshake."
Of course. All right. What's in the backpack?
Well, if you want a full accounting, that'll take me a minute, but we just came back from the herbalist,
Oh no.
or greenerist.
Eou, may I ask you a favor, a personal favor to me while you stay under my roof?
Sure.
Please do not plant any more seeds, or living plants, or saplings, or cuttings anywhere in here. Can I ask you, will you please do that for me?
Sure. These ones are for the castle.
Wonderful.
So I did get
Is
some
ill-made like?
very colorful.
Yes, that's very descriptive. I have a specific question for you, something that I've heard of in passing. Are you familiar with the name Titania?
Every phase. It's the king.
So it's true. There is a king of the Fae.
Mm-hmm. Always has been.
Do they live in a beautiful castle with butterfly wings?
I don't know. Don't really talk to him all that much.
That's disappointing. Alright, well, I will cease bothering you with my childlike interests in the Fae realm.
Got some brain fungus.
Oh my! Get that out of here! No! That does not come in here! He's like covering his mouth as you're like putting it up to his face.
Backpack.
It does not leave your backpack.
I did a nature check on that backpack, or on the backpack, on
See,
the
this is why I
fungus.
asked if you're okay. You don't seem like you're okay.
I'm perfectly fine, thank you. Very composed, as you can see. Certainly not on edge at all.
Oh, good. That's good to hear.
Just gonna do nature on the fungus to see how deadly it is.
Okay.
18?
Very. As in a dime-sized amount. Let's call it a copper gill-sized amount is enough to kill a Rogadin.
Seems worse than the plant berries thing.
Yes.
I was gonna say
This-
this second character Ursula.
This is not native to the steppe. You took something that was native to the steppe that they all knew about. This is something native elsewhere. All right, so
Go
you're
put a
back
fence
inside.
around this one.
Did you say put a fence around it?
Like a little deer fence.
Okay, so I'm gonna go change into my work clothes and then go out back and
Starting
start, modifying the mic.
Are you going to assist Deus in modifying the Magitech Reaper?
Keep him company. Ain't gonna touch the thing.
Okay. Oh, don't like
You're not gonna make things grow on it.
What?
You're not gonna make things grow on it.
I thought
No,
this
not
were
with
the
blast.
mushrooms.
In the cannon. Shaka-blam!
There you go.
I'm gonna be shoving fish into the can.
No, just it's like get a little shotgun blast of the mushroom and just spray a whole army with it.
Suddenly, Soul learns to multi-class into Blue Mage. It's the second
And
time I made that
aerosolize
joke.
it.
Yeah, there
That's
you go.
awful. No.
Not a war crime.
No, that's a crime against humanity. Alright, so back to now that you're back there, Kenji and Tavi and Kevin, are you coming back from drinking? I don't know why I asked if Tavi was coming back. I'll decide based on what you say.
He's doing drugs at it.
And the Blue Mage investigation crew, are you heading back as well?
Yep.
I think Soul would be
Yep.
heading back.
I think so.
Yeah.
Alright. So, a little time passes. It's now evening time in Kugane. I don't know why I keep doing that. And you're all in the common area of the East Aldenard Trading Company. What are you doing?
Where's Hancock?
Hancock is sitting on a chair drinking some tea in the middle of the common
Some
room.
tea, you say?
Oh no.
Suddenly, Hancock just doubles over and dies. stop
I'm
killing me.
teaching Kevin triple triad.
Ooh.
Oh my.
Are there people around Hancock, or is he sort of sitting by himself?
See how good I'm doing. I'm rolling an intelligence check.
Uh-oh.
I don't
10.
think you need- Okay, you're doing
I
average.
don't know if it's intelligence for this one, but
It's common sense more. Well, no, intelligence does play a part because it's got numbers.
probably more
Hancock
wisdom
appears to
though.
be- It could be. I'd allow either of those, I think. Hancock just appears to be taking in the room and quietly observing, as is his wont.
I'm gonna sit down next to him with the drums he gave me and just sort of lightly playing.
What a lovely tune you are playing me, Master Solus.
Well, thank you, Hancock. I appreciate you giving these to me. I was wondering if you could answer a question for me.
Yes, I just did. I could answer more.
Does the name Mitron mean anything to you?
Mitron?
Yes.
I'm gonna pretend you said Metron.
Mitron. Whoops.
I'm not familiar with the name Metron.
Okay. Wasn't sure if it was something from around here or what, but
Where would you have heard this name?
well, I heard it in passing somewhere. I don't even remember where, but it just stuck with me because I never heard it before.
Well, if I were to hazard a guess, let's see. It does sound like one of the older names. There's a hobby of mine is studying pre-Allegan era texts, of which there are not many that have survived, and that name sounds very similar to the naming scheme that existed in that time. But beyond that, I'm afraid I don't have any knowledge. Do you like plays?
Yes, certainly.
The Princess and the Pauper in its original Allegan is a work of art. You should read it sometime.
Do you have a copy?
I just might. Excuse me. And he goes upstairs to his room.
I think otherwise Sol would just check out with Sid to see if he wanted to start learning the teleportation spell.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you're like teaching you how to do it, you begin to see, you know that when you cast the spell, you see a crystal form in front of you, like a small one, and it's just kind of takes the shape of whatever aetherite that you're teleporting to. And as it begins to take that shape, you see the one that Sid is doing also begins to take a shape different from yours, but he's learning what it's doing. He's learning the spell. He's a quick study. As Hancock comes back down, holding what appears to be a hardcover book that is well worn, but also looks like it has been restored, like professionally restored. A gift.
Are you sure this is a beautiful text?
Never lend books. Books are a gift.
I certainly appreciate it. Thank you, Hancock.
You're welcome. I learned that phrase from my friend. He goes, well, he's no longer with us. He was a commander by the name of Adama.
What was the name of the play again? Sorry.
The Princess and the Pauper. That line is actually from BSG, and it's one of my favorite lines. Okay, I had to do it. So.
Hancock, I don't know if you'd have any idea about what kind of procedure we'd have to go through to get some security or just general maintenance over to the castle, would you?
My dear Master Vertelaine, you're asking me things that are well within my realm of knowledge. I would love to help you with this.
Well, I guess that's an option that we can explore. I kind of wave Kenji over. Kenji, do you think we should, you were talking about setting up some kind of, personnel over at the castle to keep tabs on it, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I imagine our minimum duty would be to set up some sort of watch, but we also probably want to check out the town itself, because I don't know too much about it. I grew up in an entire different part of this continent.
Ophiotoro's castle, yes?
Yes.
I already knew the answer to that question. The nearby town is named after the castle, Ophiotoros. You will find that it is a fishing and farming village, some 1,000 residents, at least at the time of the last census, which was several years ago yet. So it might have grown or shrunk by then, given the nature of the previous occupant, who did not really care to be a benevolent leader to his subjects. That certainly may have changed by now. But yes, I recommend visiting the town. It is quaint. It is a lovely little village that I've only read about in books.
Thank you. Appreciate your input.
Yes, I can help with much more. Do you need a major domo, perhaps? Someone to run your household affairs while you're not there?
Can I roll a history on this? Like, what does it entail? Are we giving over, like, way more power to this guy than we should? Like questions like
Give
that.
him any power?
I don't know. Like
You can
if
roll a
we
history
had
check.
this position, what would that mean for us?
Sure, roll a history check.
14.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
You know-
17. I'm proficient in that.
Okay. In that case, you know that owning such a castle and essentially being, oh my god, why am I being a part of the shogunate? Why am I forgetting what I called them for? The clan.
Seneschal? The daimyo?
Daimyo, thank you. It just completely left my head. Being a daimyo of a castle like this is a position of responsibility, but it also can be one of prosperity. You do collect taxes from your people, which you will use both to enrich the lives of the people that you are helping, much like any city would or government would. Some of it is also returned to the shogun in the form of taxes on you, and the rest you get to keep. So it can be a very profitable venture, but it also is one with responsibility. The people will have now had a change of leadership. This is the third person that most of them will have lived under in their life. And they may be a little bit wary of you, but that doesn't mean that they won't accept what you say given your position of power and authority. But it's kind of your choice what you want to do with your power. You can affect the village. You can change what their major exports are. You can change the imports if you want it to be less Hingan and more Eorzean, for example, or Turalian, things of that nature. And,
Okay.
yeah, so it's a lot of responsibility, but it's basically exactly what you would imagine if you were the mayor of a town.
Copy. If we are a fishing village, I assume that means we have ocean access, so could build trading
Yes.
docks potentially. Okay, cool.
So your castle itself is landlocked, but you're nearby to the sea.
Got it. Are we like overlooking the sea, or
No, you're,
are we
you're
further
about,
inland?
You're a few malms from it, but the city
Got it.
itself is next to it.
Copy that.
Village, I guess I should say.
Well, seems we got a decent spot of land. If we can not only farm crops but have ocean access.
Oh yes, indeed. You may, however, wish to purchase the construction of an aetherite.
I believe that would be best, so we could deal with problems quickly in our town.
The previous one was destroyed by Uematsu so as not to allow people to visit unannounced.
Of course it was.
He was a bit
Bad leaders don't like a lot of people around looking at what they're doing.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Kevin walks over. Hey, Ken, how come Quetzalcoatl's face is on this card?
Who had the
Oh.
Quetzalcoatl card?
It was in the deck we were playing with? I just made it up. I don't know.
That's actually one of my best cards, maybe.
Kenji,
Oh.
you would have gotten it. No, it's a very good card. You would have gotten it from playing with some of the people of the Steppe. They're big into Triple Triad as well, so you would have won it from one of them.
I
God,
spilled a little
actually,
I spilled a little beer on it. I hope it didn't ruin the value or nothing.
hey Sid, do you have a spell to fix this?
Prestidigitation.
Again, why is
The
his
card
face
is
on the
no
card?
longer soaking.
Why's his face on the card? Can I get a card with my face on it?
I mean, potentially, yeah. Maybe?
Anyway.
I don't know. I never played this game.
No, yes, absolutely. Those who make Triple Triad cards draw from popular culture and monsters and professional popular figures. So
Well,
There you go.
I'm also just so you know, I've slayed a dragon, actually a bunch of dragons. I've killed a bunch of primortals, primevals, primals.
I'm aware of your pedigree, Kevin.
Right. So shouldn't my face be on the card? I mean, what Quetzalcoatl ever do?
You should write a strongly worded letter to the creators of the Triple Triad card game.
You know what? Never mind. I don't want to be on the card anymore. I'm gonna go back over here and continue trying to figure this thing out.
that worked better than I expected.
Yeah, you just brought up riding and he was right out the door.
So what were we talking about? Oh, yes. Would you like me to run your affairs from Ophiatoros Castle? I'm certain I could handle my responsibilities for the East Alvanard Trading Company from your castle as well. Perhaps we can move our headquarters there.
Out of game, do I know what that would entail? Like,
It's a trading syndicate out of Ul'dah. It's not really Elon Musk level of incompetent billionaire, but the monetarists of Ul'dah would essentially have a trading post inside of your castle from which to keep tabs on you, but it'd also be more than likely incredibly profitable for you and the surrounding village.
well, I would say if you could step out the room and give us a moment to talk, but we both know you hear everything that goes on here.
By design, yes.
Not a bad design for you. I don't know, what do you think? I think if we can help people, we should. We ain't got much to hide that I know of. However, I don't know if we want you guys inside the castle when you can hear through all walls.
Do you actually want me to answer that question?
What I'm saying is, if we gave you a headquarters just outside the castle, I don't know if we want you within castle walls. Obviously, in case of attack, you could retreat to castle.
I was about to say, as long as I could have protection or some fortification outside of your...
Of course.
The inner walls. Perhaps we can build some outer walls, which I could be contained within. Then I think it could work just fine.
Nothing wrong with a layered defense. I don't know. What do a lot of you think?
Well, would it help if you had a connection to the castle being separated a bit? Like a person that you would not report to, but a person you would liaise with and work together with on our end.
You're saying you would like me to stay in Kugane, but you would have somebody who is not me at your castle that I could converse with.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you could stay near the castle, but we have somebody that has a bit of experience when it comes to financial matters.
Oh?
Inti?
Oh, no.
Oh.
I was going to say, if we're going to be making money, I assume Adam's character member.
Is somebody in need of some valuable but still cheap traps?
Maybe not traps, Inti, but I we have our castle now, and I thought that maybe you could work together with Hancock and work towards making the town and the castle both prosperous.
Well, as the best salesman of the now defunct Chadson Incorporated, I can get you a line to the best merchandise that is definitely not currently accused of being used for war crimes.
Sid, I worry about bringing full capitalism into the town.
You hear Kevin run over? I'm sorry, did someone say something about capitalism?
You make a point.
We're just talking about trickle-down economics.
Okay.
As long as people give money
Right.
to us, particularly to Kenji, now that he owns the castle, that money could then trickle down in ways that help the lives of our village.
Oh, you mean we own the castle?
Well, of course. The money's going to trickle down from us. People will entrust their money to us because, well, it's better in our hands.
Hey, don't we want the money to trickle up to us? Isn't that the point?
Yes. I call it Roganomics.
This Roganomics guy. This Rogan guy sounds like a really good person. Probably has some really good ideas about economics and whatnot.
Listen, Inti, Kenji brings up a good point. We don't want to change these people's lives and their heritage. I mean, if we can keep it as close to what the natural thing would be here as we can, that might be the best way.
Are we talking about the castle?
If we are talking about the castle and the surrounding town, yes.
Right. So, so do we get the town too? So they all work for us now?
Well, I think
Not
it would
exactly.
be more working with, not for.
It's
Town
our
work-
job to protect them. They pay some taxes to us to do so. But I
How
think
would-
we should put the majority of our money back into the town and the surrounding people.
How are we
They
going to protect them
flourish,
people?
we all make more.
Well, I'm down with that, but how are we going to protect these people if we ain't there?
That's why we're getting a crystal built, Kevin.
Crystal
Aetherite, Kevin.
and aetherite. Oh, you can get one of those installed?
Correct.
Got it. All right, so we got to protect the town, but by so protecting the town, they pay us money?
Yes, but what I'm saying is most of our money is going to be going back into them. We're going to improve their lives as much as possible.
Right, but we keep some of that money.
We'll be getting some of the money, yes.
Oh, that's a win-win situation for me.
Correct.
We can also protect them with non-lethal weaponry that covers a large amount of surface when we hit them, much like a club, but with an elongated flat head. We could call it racketeering.
Right. I mean, I don't know what that is, NT. I think that's a good idea. In fact, I think in our town, unlike in Kagami, everyone should be able to carry around a weapon. Because I think everyone's safer if they got a weapon with them.
You also realize everyone in Kugane is allowed to walk around with a weapon,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, they can use their weapons. I mean, I don't want to go to jail if I take out my weapon.
But wouldn't that disincentivize all of you from taking out your weapons?
Yeah, but it just doesn't sound like freedom, you know? I should be free to do whatever I want. And if I just want to take out my weapon to show someone, I think I should be able to do that without getting in trouble. Or if there's a fight happening, I should be able to use my weapon without getting in trouble. I mean, it all will make sense, Ken. But we can talk about the logistics later. I think what's more important is trying to figure out how we can make this town as profitable as possible.
You said prosperous wrong.
No, yeah, profitable, right? Where we all make money, even the townspeople. I mean, I want everyone to make money. I just want to make sure we're making the most of it.
You know what? Your incentive may be wrong, but I think we're getting to the same point, so I'm going to stop arguing with you.
Perfect. See, I knew that beer we had. We can see eye to eye on things, Ken.
Sake is not beer. We're never going to get me on board with that one.
Okay, this the sake.
That was actually
Alright.
pretty solid pronunciation on your part. Well done.
Ah, thanks. You know, you've been around town long enough. You start being able to pronounce things. So, when we're not there, is there going to be people running the town?
Well, I think that's
what
what we're...
Hancock's discussing with us right now.
Right.
Oh, perfect. Oh, sorry. Then continue, Hancock. I missed some stuff. Oh, I just had a good idea. Why don't we just invite Hancock to live in our castle, and then, you know, he can run things from there.
You know, Kevin, Hancock and us will discuss the details of that as to not bother our leader with having to do some silly paperwork on it.
Okay, that's fair. But just remember, we want to get top profit as much as we can, and you know, make as much gil, while also helping the people, right? But we should be making the most gil, right? We agree on that, right?
Well, yeah, you know,
Town
yeah,
should be making the most gil, and us as part of the town, we'll be making some gil. Dang, Kevin, what's that picture on that card right there?
Oh, well, let me go check. All right, you guys take care of this. I think it's Quetzalcoatl again. I don't know how that guy keeps popping up in the deck.
I only have one.
all
You
the
can't
while-
shuffle.
While you guys are like winding down while you're having this conversation, Toddy is just pacing back and forth with it.
Davi, you good?
Oh, great.
Yeah, you're starting to make a little line in the moss down there. Everything all right?
Yeah, I just have so much energy right now. I figured I'd walk it off somehow.
Roll an insight? What the fuck's going on with him?
Sure.
I got a holy Jesus titty Christ. I got a 28.
Damn. Wow.
Okay, you recognize exactly what's going
You got a
on.
crit attack.
Tommy bought a snuff box. He's been sniffing cracker root, or at least some of it. Not like he hasn't been doing it all night. He's just still feeling it from earlier.
Yeah, Bob, you got some real chocobo speed to that walk, buddy.
Yeah, want to join me?
I definitely do not.
Yeah, you're lost.
I think we'd all lose if I did that.
So yeah, would we be able to get I guess security there as well for when we're not there?
Yeah, we're gonna have to. Hey, ooh. What? I used to talk to Harry, and he said your people are real good with contracts.
Some of us are, yeah.
Are you one of those people?
Fortunately, not really. That's not what I did in the Feywild.
That's
Again, it was
fair
more
enough.
of the dreams and stuff. Good with plants, can help the farmers, can enrich the soil. And if you can
That's-
find me some fancy rocks, I can make guardian trees.
Yeah, I say we go down, we talk to the townsfolk, see what they want, and then see how we can make their lives better.
May I ask, can you tell me why I had a dream last night about pixies stealing my fortune? Do you have anything to do with that?
No? Not this night.
Okay. He goes back to sipping.
I only tried to get pleasant dreams. It doesn't sound like you enjoyed that one.
No.
Nightmares are someone else's specialty.
Yeah, so I say first things first, we go down, talk to the people, see what they want and they envision for the rest of their lives, because maybe us trying to improve it could be ruining things for them, you know?
Seems wise. I think that's a good starting point. Should we think about where we're going after that, or take it one step at a time?
I thought you wanted to go to your hometown.
Well, I do. I'd like to see, and well, not my hometown, but where I guess my family had been staying. I would like to go there, but I want to know if the people that were working in the manor are safe and that kind of thing. But I'm not going to demand it if other people want to try different things.
Sure. I mean, if worse comes to worse and we got to do different things, I can always go handle this castle stuff alone.
Well, I
Just
mean,
don't want you to feel handcuffed by it.
well, I would defer to you to take care of that anyway, but I would certainly like you to stick with us as much as you can.
Yeah, of course.
But everybody else has input on this as well. What would everybody else want to do going forward?
I'd like to plant a garden. Since I'm not allowed to in here.
Well, I enjoy the city quite a bit. I wouldn't mind seeing some other parts of the world.
Deus, what do you have on your mind?
Well, I think now that we have the castle, the responsible thing would be to make sure it's in good order for the people there, and then I think we should go back to Ishgard as quickly as possible to see how our friends are doing there.
Puppy.
Cosette, as a resident expert on Ishgard, what do you think?
I go where you go. My lance is at your side.
Hey, Cosette.
Mm.
Have you ever had cracker root before?
Oh.
Just curious.
You ever see a gill? Have you ever seen a gill on cracker root?
Soul? What do you think?
I mean, I wouldn't mind getting back to Ishgard, but I think it makes sense to secure Castle and figure that out before moving on.
Kevin, I might regret asking this.
Hey, what's up, Professor?
Well, we're just talking about what our plans are after squaring things away at the castle. Seems like a lot of people would like to go back to Ishgard.
Yeah, I thought we already made that decision. Let's take care of the castle, make sure it's all, we get it going because we want to be making a guild while we're gone, and we go back to Ishgard and deal with whatever was going on in that city. Because we still got to figure out what's going on with the, the circle of knowing and stuff. I mean, the circle of the one thing we're not allowed to talk about, and yeah.
You can talk about it, just pretend I'm not here.
Okay, that makes it a lot easier. Yeah, the circle of knowing and all the secret stuff, because we haven't heard from them in a while. And, after that, they got blasted, the little underground thing. I'm starting to wonder, were we crazy? Did I dream that thing?
No, but I don't think we should worry about that until we get back over to Eorzea, because obviously they're not in this area right now.
Right. Well, we got Hancock here. He's going to do a great job setting us up at the castle. So hopefully we won't have to wait too long there. And then, yeah, Ishgard it is.
About how long would it take to get the Aetherites set up over there, Hancock?
Well, we would have to get someone who's knowledgeable and able to carve it for you and then cart it over there, or we could take a big chunk of ether crystal and carve it while we're there. It'd be harder to transport, though. And then they would have to be, prepared. The magic ritual would have to be done, and maybe a week.
Suppose we should get started then.
I will get your plans in motion. Should I also draw up plans for the outer castle and a place for the East Aldmar Trading Company?
Yeah, that sounds like a good thing. You guys are getting your own castle too?
Okay. Okay.
Oh shoot! Oh, Ken! A dog just went off with your kid's a call card. I'll go after him.
Yeah, I think that's a solid plan. We're gonna have to look into cost because I don't know how much the party fund has. I ain't never tapped into it.
I can check that.
Probably get you the best deal on the Aetherite setup, but it won't be cheaper than 2,500 golden gil. I can tell you that now. And I will not take a cut, as long as you let me set up a trading center headquarters outside of your inner castle walls.
I believe that sounds fair.
Absolutely.
And
I will
Hancock,
contact my contacts. Yes.
I would like some specific wording in the document about not spying on us within castle walls. Inner castle, anyway.
I'm sure that won't be a problem.
You'll have access to us, but not in those inner castle walls.
What else could a man ask for?
Appreciate you, Hancock. Thank you.
You're welcome. I will get started on that for you now. And he's just like this forced smile as he walks out of the room.
I mean, truth be told, he's done nothing but help us, but I think we just
I
need
got
a
your
place
card,
for the
Ken.
daimyo. Yeah. Oh, appreciate
It
you.
has some bite marks in it, but it's mostly still fine.
Hey, Sid, do you have any sort of spell that would...
I saw Hancock leaving on the way out. He kind of looked upset. What'd y'all say to him? I assume he broke his smile as soon as he got outside, and I came running past.
Wait, broke his what?
Smile?
Smile.
His forced smile?
Oh, no. He had it all the way to his room.
Oh, okay. I assumed you figured out everything with Hancock, so we're going over to the town.
Yeah, I believe right now that's what we're looking at.
All right, well, that's great.
All right, show me what you've learned, and I lay out triple triad cards for both of us.
Wisdom check, 1 sec. Wisdom?
Both of you roll wisdom check.
18. I'm a great triple triad player.
Not one.
You say that one?
I rolled a natural one.
So even though you set the variant rules, you forgot that you set it up to be the plus rule, where if the two sides of your cards add up to the same thing, you get a combo. And you completely forgot that, and Kevin entirely by accident flipped over every single one of your cards with one play.
Kevin,
Man, this game's pretty easy, Ken. Hey, thanks for teaching it to me.
Well, you're welcome. Now, here's a couple cards of your own. You can go out and face the world.
Oh, well, thanks, Ken. Sure is nice of you.
He gave you a fat chocobo card, a cactuar card, and a star marmot card.
Awesome. These look super strong. I think I'll do well.
No,
I have no clue.
I got a feeling you
They're
may
like
very
level
well.
one cards.
It's a good starting deck, okay?
It's not even a full deck.
Yeah,
Luckily, Kevin's used to not playing with full deck.
wow.
Oh, from the
10
top
out of
row.
10. 10 out of 10.
Damn.
All right. So, anything else for tonight before we fast forward for a week while you head over to your castle?
Is that far away?
No, but that's how long it's going to take to get the etherite made. So you guys could head there beforehand if you want.
Yeah, I think we'll go ahead of time, talk to the town, see what the town is interested in, like, because we don't want to go against the town's wishes if they don't want to be built up and everything, you know?
Sure.
Right, Kevin's going to go around introducing himself also to all the townspeople with his full, long name that he created for himself. Dragon Killer, Primal Slayer, whatever.
Well, on foot, it took you a day and a half to get there. I believe that's how long it took you last time.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah. So.
And we took chocobos.
Right. You got there faster than a day and a half last time. That's why I'm saying on foot. So yeah, it takes about a day and a half to get there, but you find the castle, potentially haunted. You're not sure. You haven't seen any signs of haunting yet. Most of the bodies are exactly where you left them.
We'll clean them out.
Decaying in the
We'll clean out the castle, too.
Yeah. The castle had a tiger that starved to death.
Oops.
And you found some other traps that you didn't know about before and only nearly set them off yourself. But yeah.
Wasn't there a room full of gold, too?
We looted that.
You loaded
Oh,
that.
we looted that guy.
You find several rooms that were kind of barred off that had a lot of old furniture covered in dust, just kind of stuffed in there before it was replaced by Uematsu's aesthetic.
Yeah, I think we'd restore it to its former glory, like using the furniture that's meant to be there, not the ostentatious bullshit.
And we'll sell off all the ostentatious bullshit and use it for the stone.
Sure. It's a lot of reds and yellows and blues along the furniture. It's very tasteful. You get rid of a lot of the gold, most of which was gold plated. You replace
That's
a lot of the
Uematsu,
curtains.
baby.
Yep. You replace a lot of the curtains and the other tapestries that were really gaudy and in some cases bawdy, and you replace them with much more tasteful things. Restoring a bit of honor to it. Go ahead.
Can we, like, all the traps in the castle are a bit much. Can we, like, let's say through someone that we know, sell those traps to a trap company to be repurposed elsewhere?
Kenji, you're in luck. I know a guy. This is Intu that says that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. You know what? I can get you the best price that someone will pay for used traps. They're great to be good when you recycle them, and they work great still most of the time.
I think we'll have Inti be heading up our resale of traps in the castle, because I don't want a castle full of traps.
Are you getting rid of all of the traps that were there before?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think we'll start again with our own stuff. I don't think
Security
we're going to be a trap people.
Okay. Let me reach out to my contacts. I'll let you know what they say.
All right, thanks. I think we can set up a garden for Into.
Actually, I want to. Kevin want to work with Into on a garden and like a farmstead, kind of. It's not farmstead, but like farm-ish. I feel like Into and I could get along on that.
Ao?
You guys want
Sorry, that's what I meant. Sorry, Ao.
Oh, okay. It's confused.
Do you guys want a garden in the inner keep or outside the keep?
Both,
between
because
the
I
two
feel like I'd want to do it outside. Well, I don't know. Jimmy, would AO want to do one inside too?
Well, it depends on your definition of garden compared to mine.
You know, I'm a farmer by trade, but you know, seeing that you know a lot of things about plants, I feel like you're a good person to learn from.
Well, I appreciate that, but what I'm getting at is, with my magics, I can make plants grow very fast, essentially to make them run wild. That's how they are in the Feywild. I don't know if you want that here. They can be a bit troublesome to walk through. But if you're wanting it on the exterior of the castle, then could be something to do.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
then I can also, like I mentioned to young Sid, I could help with the farmers too. So if you were thinking of making a farm, I could help you with that.
yeah, sounds perfect. I mean, if you can make plants grow fast, that'd be great. I mean, I don't think with a property this big, you know, you need a lot of chamber pots for all that soil.
Also, sorry, was Kenji near enough for you guys to hear this?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah.
exactly
Cool.
a secret
Hey,
conversation.
does that mean you could potentially give us a small ring of difficult to pass ground right outside our walls where our archer would have clean lines of fire?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
In fact,
that
if you
seems
wanted,
like a...
if you're looking for like a perimeter, I can Google my phone one sec because I
Is that
had
like a
made my revised
technology?
character sheet and left it at home and accidentally brought a friend's character sheet that I had also printed today. So I printed both and grabbed the wrong one.
Is that technology from the Feywild?
an iPhone?
Technology. So if you're wanting just a thick layer of plants around the castle, I can give you a. It might take me a few days, but I could make a 200-foot patch of extremely dense foliage all around the castle.
Now, as long as it ain't dense enough for people to hide in, as long as it's
No,
just
it's like
troubling terrain.
it to you, obscenely tall ones would be about waist high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure there's a
that you
path so
pissed
people can
off
get in
an
the
army
castle.
of Lalafels.
Of course,
but even if you could
yeah.
hide in it, even if you hide in it, it's still incredibly difficult to move through. Like even
Yeah, I think that having that kind of killing field outside the castle, if need be, would be incredibly
I don't like
helpful.
the sound of that. That sounds terrible.
Wait, there's gonna be a
Well-
killing field? That sounds awesome.
No, I'm merely suggesting
sure we're not coming
that
back.
if our outer wall falls,
Damn!
God damn, Jayus.
Well, I'm just hoping. That's all.
Yeah, me too. I'm hoping the same thing.
Holy shit.
Yeah, as long as
Well, I'd
we
be
have.
hoping that a giant barrier would be more of a deterrent than used for excessive quantities of murder.
Murder's not what's intended. It's only if invaders are attacking the inside castle.
Oh.
Well, that's true.
Which is why we also need a path of safety for our townsfolk to get through. But
Oh yeah, I could completely
conceivably,
control the path if you want. I could.
that sounds
make
perfect.
Whatever shapes.
What we should do is
You have
we
a
should
200-foot
dig-
circle every time I cast the spell, and then I can shape it however you want.
Yeah, but
That's
then
pretty cool.
if we have it on an elevated surface, the path back to us, it means it's something collapsible, which means they'd have to pass through those fields. That's perfect. Yeah, let's start making those.
And if you know someone who's can get you, well, probably that smarmy Hancock fellow, but someone who can get a hold of rare gemstones, I could also make some tree guardians for wherever.
Tree guardians.
Yeah,
What's a tree guardian?
Yeah, I'm not familiar.
kind of awaken trees.
Yeah, I read your thing.
Essentially,
I did too. But...
take the stone and I imbue it with mind and plant it in, and then put it in a tree, or a sprout, and then it grows into a tree that can walk, and I can talk to it, but it can protect our grounds, the villagers, keep them safe from these invaders you're worried about.
Well, in the Triple Triad, they had tree guardians, and it said you could teach them one common language. Oh, I don't know how I remember that. I guess it was that first time I played, I just got so good at the game.
He really did. Just haunted Kenji. Look,
yes, that's right. They can. I'm used to them speaking Sylvan, but yes, I could teach them your language.
Speaking what now?
Well, I mean, that would essentially make them the kami of our land, which would go over quite well with our people, I would imagine.
No, we don't want any communists on our land. That sounds awful.
What do you mean by kami? I'm not familiar with the term.
Kami, the spirits that inhabit the land? The essence of the land itself?
Nature spirits. Yes, that's absolutely what they would be.
Yeah, so essentially the same thing, just from a different, I guess, culture perspective. Yeah.
Yeah, different
Nature spirits
world, kind of a little more commonplace where I'm from, I would imagine.
That makes sense. Yeah. I mean, if we have the money, I'm down for that plan 100%.
Yeah,
any extra protection we can get doesn't...
agates. So anybody who has fancy agates.
Sorry, if you were doing mine and stuff, right?
I may have something. Yeah. I could take a look and
They have to be real fine quality in the range of about 1,000 gil that I don't know that value of.
They'd have to be this shiny.
Well, I mean, worst comes to worst, I guess we could try to transfer whatever I have currently into agates.
Depends how many you want. I can do. It takes 8 hours to imbue them and grow them, but then they're there for as long as trees live, which is longer than any of you.
Yeah.
I got real sad all of a sudden.
No, that's a good thing. They'll be there to protect what you.
Existential dread. Super effective.
It just means that your kami of the land here will be able to speak of your tales for generations beyond counting.
That's a good
and if
thing.
You're teaching them good things, then they'll spread the good things to other people.
Okay, I got a lot to teach a tree, I think. Plus, since I'm a farmer, I feel like we're gonna get along great.
Purposefully teach them Sylvan so Kevin can't talk to them.
All right, sounds like a good plan.
Well, then, do we want to get some of those before we fully head out to the castle?
Yeah, I mean... Oh, yes, we're coming back. Yeah, I thought we were already at the castle, but yes, we had this conversation before we left, so yes, that's a great idea.
I just replayed the conversation in my mind this whole time.
It's so weird. Sounds great.
Well, then, however many you want to get, I can realistically make 2 of them a day.
Well, thinking on that, we gotta save our group funds. Let's just figure about 2 for now, and then if we have more group funds, we'll get more.
All right, and then Hancock said we'd need about a week before the. It was said was what I was going for. About a week's time before the crystal's ready.
Something like that,
so.
yeah.
And we can check with the people in the meantime, build up defenses.
All right. Well,
See what they want.
Gives me So 1 day to make the 2 tree friends, and then in the span of how big is the castle?
Yes. It's the castle itself is maybe like 3/4 of a mall, like squared. So in each direction, 3/4 of a mall.
All right. That might take me a few days to get the
Fairly large.
plants growing around the castle perimeter, but I can do that one fairly quickly until I run out of juice.
I mean, don't overexert yourself, friend. You're doing great work for us.
Wait, are you trying to say magic comes from juice that's inside the caster's body? Learn a lot.
Here I was waiting for Kevin to make a Jew joke.
Oh,
I
jeez.
was gonna make a Jew joke, but it doesn't make sense in this world.
No, don't you worry about it. It's something I quite enjoy.
Does the juice in your
All right.
body shoot lasers?
I guess we could see what we can get monetarily from Uematsu's horrendous decor and the traps.
Yep. So I imagine we go to the castle, we spend a few days cleaning it up, selling all the stuff. How much did we get? Like,
Okay, so Inti gets back in. I have such great news. I was able to get in contact with one of my former war profiteering buddies, and they were interested in buying all of these traps, used and unused ones, and they really liked the furniture, so they were willing to buy that too. If you're willing to throw it all in, they'll give us 1,400 golden gil.
You said 14,000?
No, Kevin, you're off by a magnitude.
What's a magnitude?
It's something that you'll learn about in business school.
Okay, is that like a new number?
Yes.
Got it.
Anyway,
I don't think Kenji has
400 golden gil.
Perfect.
I don't think Kenji has any frame of reference for how much this stuff would cost. So great, business person handled.
I mean, used traps and gaudy gold-plated furniture
Yeah.
is not going to fetch you a lot of money. So 1,400, I think, is a pretty fair price.
Yeah, Kevin
great,
trusts
yeah.
NT. He shouldn't, but he trusts.
I totally trust
No,
Inti
no,
when it comes to
legitimately,
money.
That's me as a DM speaking through Inti, giving you.
Oh, got it, okay.
So,
And cool.
That's great. So we definitely sell that.
Yeah.
Is anyone in charge of our party fund? Because I have no idea what's in there.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So all of that goes into party fund back into castle fund.
Yeah.
You want to soda or water?
Great. So then we talked to the city people. We found out they like to be a fishing village, I assume, still. And then
Yeah,
we set up.
I think next step is us just talking to the villagers, finding out what they want,
Yeah.
seeing if they're like down for us, how much of their respect we have to earn.
Respect. We're their new leaders now, okay? They are our thiefdom.
So Kevin, when we get to the people, you may want me to do the talking as to the fact that we speak the same language.
Yeah, makes sense.
I mean,
just
they also do speak common, but I think they'd like to hear it in their own language to know it's
as
not.
long as. Ken, yeah, I'll let you talk to them. Just remember, I'm going to introduce myself as Kevin Twain, Dragon Slayer, Slayer of Dragons, Destroyer of Primals, and Farmer.
Kevin, though I did not witness you destroy any dragons, I know you've done the others, so I believe it belongs on your resume.
I would never lie, Ken.
Well, just to interject quickly here, I was running the numbers in my head, and if you want the plant perimeter around the entire castle based on how big you guys said it would be, that would take me about 10 days to do, plus another day for the trees.
That's fair. I mean, it doesn't have to be quite as large. We can do 100 feet out, right? Because you can make it long ways and do strips around the castle.
Well, unfortunately, it's more of a circle, so it's a 200 foot diameter, or 200 foam diameter circle. So I'd be casting that all around the castle, but to get based on the size, it would take a long time. 10 days in total to get the whole thing, unless you leave a chunk open in the front or something. But I
Yeah, I
can't. What I'm saying is I can't really like squish it one way to lengthen it another way.
I see.
Yeah, seems
Yeah.
fine to me. We gotta take care of the castle, and I'm sure there's lots to do around here. It's gonna take us at least 2 days, 3 days to clean out the castle. Sell things, talk to the people. We gotta set up a trade route here.
And we may even have to help them in building, rebuilding, whatever they need in order to earn trust while we're there. So 10 days don't look too bad. But I would say start at the back and work your way toward the front. So if there's any spot exposed, it's in the front, where we have the highest defensive capabilities in the first place.
All right, I can do that. Do you want me to do the trees first or the plant perimeter first?
Trees first. I want
would
to talk
say
to those tree
trees.
people.
Yeah, I think it's more
Well,
necessary.
actually, I could do the trees the amount of I could do the 2 trees the first day because that'll take me 16 hours, and then the perimeter plants, that's just like that every time. So that I could do the same day. Just, do you want the plants first or the trees first?
Trees
I think
first.
trees first. 'Cause it would be a more immediate response to any danger anyway.
Yeah.
Immediate in 16 hours, but yes.
Right. What I'm saying is, if in the week we're making these plants or the 10 days, something attacks us, it's going to be better to have trees than not have trees.
Very true, very true. We'd probably want to think of something to call them too, because they're might need a
They're
name.
common. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, but individual names.
Maybe we could ask them if they want to tell us what they are. Maybe the DM has a list of names and would give us some.
Nope.
I feel like Kevin should name the trees.
I'd love to name the trees. Oh, thanks for asking, Saul. This one,
Stompy! This one's Stompy!
this is gonna be Figmaster. Figmaster Flex, because I'm sure he can flex his tree around. So that's Figmaster Flex.
Figmaster Flex! I can't even believe it's too good!
And this one, I think a good name for him is gonna be Tree, because that's what he is. And I just feel like that's what's resonating with me right now. Bigmaster Flex and Tree.
I'm Big Master Flex, and I'm Tree.
Well, I know who was the favorite son.
It's like Mufasa and Scar.
Yeah. All right. Well, then, when they awaken, I'll ask them if they like the names of Figmaster Flex and Tree.
Thank you for giving me that honor, Saul.
I love it.
Saul knows what's funniest.
It's funny because his name isn't Saul. Anyway,
Better call Saul.
Saul Goodman.
Saul good.
Yeah. Anyway, I need to
Saul,
watch
my
Better
dude.
Call Saul. I really love Breaking Bad.
Oh, Better
okay.
Call Saul. Honestly, I like it more than Breaking Bad.
Oh yeah.
But only if you have watched Breaking Bad.
Sure. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Okay, so on your 5th day that you're at the castle after traveling there,
And on the 5th day,
a long wagon carrying a very large uncarved crystal pulls up in front of the castle. It's got a bunch of other materials there too, but the crystal is by far the largest.
Neat.
I hear somebody is in the mood for an aetherite.
yeah, I believe we want one.
Him.
Oh, great! Will you be paying our fee?
Oh no, you want to talk to Mr. Verdelay over there.
Mr. Verdelay, which one are you?
That'd be me.
Great. I hear you have our money.
Yes, I do have your money.
Great. I'll take half up front and we'll get started.
That sounds fair.
I know.
And by the way, we would be having them build this outside of second castle wall, obviously. We're not going to have like a spawn.
The castle.
No, we're not going to have a spawn point inside the castle.
Ruined my fun.
It'll be in between the village and the castle, like at a midpoint.
So, okay, well, the castle is like 2 moms from the village. You want it like midway point, or do you want it literally like outside the castle?
I mean, what would be best? Because we have trade, so you'd want it near the town. Yeah, I'm asking team, like,
Okay.
just out of
I
game
think we want it
asking.
near the people. I mean, a castle is just a bunch of stupid rocks that someone took the time to carve. But people are people.
The things I'm thinking, here's the pros and cons of each. If we have it by the castle, then we have an easy place where people would check in, so we have added security to the town, because then they would have to travel the mile or the 2 farms to the town and then back. But if we have it near the people, the only issue is then people could essentially spawn of like, ooh, this is hard.
Like, I think we put it right outside where the second castle's being built with Hancock.
The second castle wall. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking is there just for security purposes.
Yeah. So we can kind of monitor who's coming in and coming out, and also spy Hancock's people. They're the spy network. Makes sense. They want to monitor who's coming in and out, and they'll add additional security, right?
Yeah,
So close to them.
Yeah, the only thing I'm worried about with that is then if things spawn there, it's between the people and us. So maybe like at the edge of the docks coming into town, so they're far out to sea or like far out, so that people could retreat in case of.
Yeah,
like not out to sea, but like dock area is the other thought, because then the people can retreat back to us if it's a bad thing that comes.
Yeah, that's fine.
What do you guys think? Either one of these could backfire with Des.
I mean,
too smart.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, you know, townspeople, even though they can't retreat to the castle, they'll always have a way out. They can always retreat someplace else. And if it's right in the town, then yeah, we no way we can get to them in time. So, you know, someplace that's kind of by the second wall, a little bit further outside and towards the dock, like towards the water.
How do you guys feel?
Just for a little insight, if you are worried about people, if you're worried about people using your etherite to, you know, like sneak attack or alpha strike you, it is possible to disable an etherite if you have cause to be worried.
Okay.
How difficult is that process?
It's basically sucking the ether out of it. It's the reverse of powering it up like you did in the step.
Can anyone do it?
Technically, you need the passcode, so it'd be it would be the person that's in charge of the etherite would have to give it the password. It's like magically sealed, and then after that, it could be drained or refilled. Or if somebody just wanted to fucking destroy it, that's possible too.
Well,
Okay,
if
that's
the case, then we could put it near the town, and then we could ask Figmaster Flex or Tree to be one of them to be a warden of the crystal, and then if things look like they're going dangerous, they could turn it off.
Yeah, I think that's perfect.
Sounds like a good thought job for Tree. I want Big Master Flex close to us.
Love it. Especially because they're cherry trees, John. They're like Japanese cherry blossoms.
Sakura?
Yeah, that's what we decided on.
Okay.
Or, well,
No, I dig it.
that's what Will and I decided on.
Fuck yeah.
So, are you going to teach Figmaster Flex how to play music?
Does he want me to?
Not very good.
I was just going with the Funkmaster Flex.
I mean, yeah, make him some beats if he's trying to rap.
Some sick tree beats. Okay, so where did you decide? What's the official decision of where it's going?
Was it town near the docks?
I'm for docks.
It's literally
let's
the
do
furthest from your castle that it can be while still being in the town.
Right,
it's
but that
closer
means
to
the
the
town
people.
can evacuate
want
to
it-
us.
Do you want it like on an artificial island in the ocean next to the dock, or do you want it in the city next to the dock?
Logistic question for the world. How is trade ever done through an etherite on any type of large
Very
scale?
rarely, because you could only
Okay.
bring what you carry on you
Okay.
through it. Or
Okay,
like
then
this.
we would do it, but yeah, the thing I worry about is if the town is 2 miles away. If we put it anywhere between us and them, they can't retreat back to the castle if something bad comes out of it. So I still think off the docks is the best call to give people time to run. Is that wrong in my thought process?
Hey, Ken, you worry too much. I think it's gonna be fine.
I think it makes more sense if we have it near the docks, because if somebody does attack through the Aetheryte and they attack and it's at the docks, they can again flee towards the castle. Whereas
Right.
if we have it at the castle and they attack and they're still going after the people and they're attacking from the castle, well, now they've
Yep.
got them cornered against the
Zero
sea.
protect. Yep, 100%. That's why I agree. We're good. Okay, great. So glad we're on the
So
same
is
page.
it next to the docks in the village, or is it literally in the ocean next to the docks? Because you keep saying
I think-
off the docks. So.
I like an idea of it being artificially off the dock with a land pathway moving into the docks. Does that make sense? Like a Statue
Sure.
of Liberty, but with a land strip to New York.
Well, isn't Ellis Island? Don't you have to take like a ferry?
Yeah, but the land bridge is what he said.
Yeah, but
you
I'm
don't
saying
get-
with a land bridge, so if people wanted to
Instead of a
come in,
ferry.
they could.
So you don't want a ferry. Okay, that's what I was trying to get. Sorry,
Yes.
You gotta go away old. They don't want a ferry.
Oh, it's good. I'm a pixie.
Same difference.
Yeah. All pixies are fairies, but not all fairies are pixies.
Yeah. That's true. Okay, sure. So they listen to you argue about this for a little while. And they're like, all right, we'll go get to work, and they make their way out to sea to your land bridge area, which they also are going to form for you. So they say that'll take about 3 days to finish, and you see them carting all of their materials off towards the city, or the village rather. You could watch them go. Is anyone going with them out of curiosity, or are you just leaving them to do their thing?
I'm planting.
I mean,
I'll go
by
with them.
this point, have we already checked in with the town though? Because they came
I don't
5
know.
days later or whatever.
Well, would
Yep.
you have done that during that period?
Yeah, I think the idea was to chat with the town and see if they were cool with us making these changes before we went whole hog.
And asking what they would like to see in our leadership.
Right.
Okay. Give me some specific questions.
How are you?
Better.
Uh,
What do you guys want? If you envision the town, here's our thoughts, and we explain what we want to do. What we think is important,
Yes.
Love
You
to
think-
have one of those here.
we think it's important that your thoughts are considered as well. So we kind of explain what we're doing with the Aetheryte, how they're currently a fishing village. They want to stay like a fishing village and also be like a new port for trade. And then,
It's a fishing and a farming village. They do both. Just
fishing and
FYI.
farming. Yeah, fishing and farming. Do they want to stay that? Is there something they want to expand into?
General consensus is yes. That's what they know. That's what they want to continue doing. They would like it to be a little bit more modernized because right now,
right.
well, they haven't necessarily been neglected. They've been an afterthought for whoever was in charge of Ophiatora's castle at the time. So they want to have more representation in their leadership. So they want to see if they could build like a town council that could communicate with you, that you would not necessarily be beholden to, but
Yeah, like a mayor?
well, more like you need
The House of Commons.
Yeah, exactly. a
Yeah,
House of
I'm
Commons.
absolutely up for that. In fact, I would love that idea.
They want you to fix all of their infrastructure. This is plumbing. This is roads. I just saw you light up. Plumbing, roads. They want all of their houses need repairs. They've kept them, they patch them up as they get broken, but they'd rather they be better quality. Just build them new houses.
NT explains the process of a Melrose and how they can achieve this with some additional taxes.
Indy's just like furiously writing, "Oh, that'll cost you. That'll cost you. That'll cost you." Somebody said that they wanted their own version of Gold Saucer.
Gold saucer.
Yeah. So those are the things that they want mostly. They want to continue their way of life. They just want to be more modernized and they want to be more respected and have better stuff.
This might also be a good time, Kenji, to introduce them to your new commie friends.
Communists!
We don't like communists here.
Yes!
Your new friends who are of the commie.
Ah,
It's true. Karl Marx.
It's Big Master Flex and Carl Barks.
oh,
That's so
Bart.
much better than Tree. All
It
right,
has
that's the
been
name.
served.
Sorry, Carl Marx.
All right, so here are our friends, and I like explain it to them.
Yeah, so we come back to the trees just overthrowing our castle.
Right? Hey, if we treat them right.
If you
Treat them right. God damn it.
I cast Speak with Plants and apologize
That's
for
a matter of
everyone.
something.
This is great. All right, so on the 5th day, after you've collected this information and you're going to make a decision about what you're going to do with the city, and I will come to a decision about how much that's going to cost. We can do that offline. I'm totally cool with that. A caravan of merchants appears to be coming by.
Oh boy.
By the way, I think this whole time,
Not yet. What?
I think this whole time, Kenji would be down in the town physically helping people repair their buildings and stuff. Like, just with the time showing that their leadership is present and actually cares about them.
Okay. One thing that you notice is nobody in the towns seem to have weapons, or if they do, they're not of good make.
Got it.
They don't seem to be too worried about invasion or anything like that, or they just don't really know how to use weapons. So a lot of them are pretty, I don't know if curious is the word, but interested in all of you heavily armored and armed folks while you're helping out. So that's a topic of conversation that you might overhear from people.
Gotcha.
Okay,
And, I would have sent Fig and Carl to help Kenji with any of the things. They're good at heavy lifting.
Carl! Yeah.
Coral!
Mr. Barks.
I was trying to think of something with Lenin, like Vladimir Lenin or something like that.
That's funny.
Lenin trees, right? That's what
Lemon-
Lenin.
It has to be a lemon tree.
As the merchants are coming to town,
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
What'd you say? Sorry. what
as
was
the
that?
merchants are coming to town, Kevin wants to do. He wants to see, like, do they look like weak merchants or do they look like stronger warrior type people? Are these like really merchants?
BRB.
Oh, they appear to be merchants. It appears to be a caravan of people looking to set up shop. It's not like they don't appear to necessarily be like, hey, we're just passing through. It's like, hey, we heard there's stuff going on here. We kind of want to set up shop.
Yeah. Well, you can speak to me. I'm the leader of our group. Where's Sid? I don't see him around. Ah, no worries. Hey.
We heard through the grapevine from a mutual friend of ours at the East Aldernar Trading Company that you might be looking for people to bring money into your new village.
Yeah, we definitely are. Yeah, but do you speak to plants too? I didn't know there's a thing called a grapevine, and it talks.
God damn.
Do you have someone else who's also in charge?
Nope. Well, I mean, I have people that handle contracts and such, but they're not around right now. They're helping the town out. But I am the leader of our group. One of the leaders of the castle over there.
Sure. Right. Well, if we have your permission, sir, and they're like bow their heads to you. This is like a line of merchants. We're talking.
Yeah.
Seven or eight caravans deep.
Yeah, let me talk to the town people and see where it would be a good place for you to set up. Also, you do know about our tax policy, right? We do have a sales tax in our town. It's just a little something extra you charge, so the goes to the sales and goes to us.
That sounds just like every other city that we've operated in, so that should be
Perfect.
not a problem.
Awesome. Well, hold on. Let me go talk. I'm gonna go talk to like the townspeople that seem like they were setting up the council, and ask them, hey, where do you want these merchants to set up?
Well, they're okay. So you're gonna walk to the town while the merchants wait here because they're at the castle.
Yeah, you just wait here. You can make yourselves at home in the entry room way. Hey, Fig Master Flex. These guys are okay. Make sure they leave their stuff here.
Hi. Soul, are you in the area at the time?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. As you're walking past the caravan, you see them like trepidatiously looking at one of the trees, Figmaster Flex in this case, and Kevin has just like walked away and gone towards in the direction of the village. But you noticed like out of all the caravans, there's lots of merchandise that's just kind of on display as they're going along, and one thing catches your eye. It just looks, it's almost like a really stylized uniform. It matches, it glows in some places, which you don't know how it does, and it comes with a really cool helmet, so if you want, you can hide your face.
Huh.
It's exactly what you mentioned at the start.
I'm gonna stop that merchant. That's
He's just having a smoke
Oh,
next
he's
to his
having-
caravan.
Stop smoking.
some interesting armor you have there.
Yes, thank you. Did you want something for your bulk? Your guardian, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, we can amend any of our armor so that would fit your frame.
Okay.
What, did any of this catch your eye? And he points to the various metallic shit that's all around him, and like scale mail, and it's just hardcore stuff that he thinks a guardian would like.
I'm looking at the glowing armor, and then like, I like to look at that one.
The Phoenix Riser?
Sure. Yes. Is that what that is?
Yes. It doesn't apply much protection. It's more of. Do you have armor that you like?
Oh, of course. My friend made me some great armor.
Are you familiar with the glamour prism?
Am I familiar with the glamour?
Probably not. I mean, are you into fashion, or have you ever been into fashion?
Probably
Then no.
not. No, never heard of it.
Well, I can sell you that, and I can sell you this. And he holds out this. It looks to be like a small prism. Light shines through it, makes a rainbow. Use this on your armor while thinking of that. Have it in close proximity, and your armor will offer you the same protection that you currently have, but it will look like that.
Oh. Can I use this multiple times?
For each piece of armor, you need another glamour prism, which
Okay.
I can tell you.
Of course you can.
Of course I can.
What kind of price are we looking at here?
Well, this work of art here, this was a passion project of mine, but I can let it go for 50 golden gil, and the glamour prisms, 3 golden gil each.
Out of character, if I buy the glamour crystals, I'm not wearing a helmet already though, so I wouldn't be able to like glamour.
You can. You can
Oh,
make
you
it look
can.
like you're wearing
Oh.
it.
Then, how many glamour crystals do I need to?
You would need 2. It's the body piece. and then
Oh,
the-
perfect. How much than 2 of those glamour crystals?
And you wish to buy this as well. You do need to have this. Remember, close proximity and all.
Well, if I'm not going to be wearing the armor too much, do you offer any sort of discounts?
Roll a persuasion check.
I'm gonna regret using this. 16?
It's fine for you to say that. All right, I'll knock off 10 golden gil, but that's the best I can do. As I mentioned, it was a passion project. It will take me quite some time to make another.
So that's what?
46.
46. Yeah,
That's
yourself.
exactly what bartering is, by the way. Don't tell me it's okay if you don't. You rolled for it. That's literally what you're supposed to do. So you did fine.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a deal outside. And I'm gonna.
Wonderful! And he goes and he grabs everything and just like shoves it all into a clothing bag and puts the glamour crystals into the pocket and hands that to you and says, "Enjoy your purchase, sir."
I pulled the gold out of sort of, it looks like it comes from like a hidden pocket. And
Ooh.
I like pouch and then I'll pay.
I almost forgot to take your money. Thank you for being honest. Yes. I look forward to doing more business with you after I set up in Ophiatoros.
Good luck. Appreciate you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right, you now have your Phoenix Riser set.
I'm gonna go with glamour myself right away.
Cool.
In public.
Let the boys watch.
Wow.
In
All right.
public. God damn
So,
it.
within an hour or so, Kevin's back. It doesn't take that long to walk. So, Kevin, you would have been able to come back in about an hour.
Perfect. What did the town say? Where did the town want them to set up?
You tell me. It's up to you.
So I figured they set up actually in the town, right? Like so, like create a marketplace in the town. So then
Okay.
also offer, yeah.
So you're expanding their existing marketplace, which again is like selling fish and grain and meats and things of that nature. So
That's right. Yeah.
You're expanding the marketplace, sure. I'm gonna have to come up with rules for building your stronghold because.
I love this.
No, I do too. I love that kind of thing. I've never really had a chance to do it in a campaign, except for the very first one with Fortune's Favored. I did have you guys paying to like build up your keep, but I didn't really go as far as I wanted with it. So now we can. Anyway,
And you can sign the contract to be in this town with Sid once it gets back. But feel free to start setting up now.
speaking of which, where's Sid?
Probably be in the castle doing cleanup and making sure things are safe in there.
Oh, then let me go get Sid. Sorry. Oh, go ahead, get it, Daz. No, it's okay.
No, that's fine. Would anybody else, and Kevin's going to get Sid, would anybody else be outside seeing this happen, like seeing the caravan of people, or this is not to your interest?
There's a caravan of people. I missed that.
I think I would see them.
Caravan.
I would see them once they start setting up in the town because I'm there, like helping rebuild
Cool.
sections of town.
And that's what I would be doing too.
Deus, we're working together.
We are. Oh, Kenji, I forgot. Happy belated birthday.
Oh,
I handed you a little package.
oh, thank you so much. I'm gonna open it up.
It's a mahjong set.
Wow, this is beautiful, Deus.
Oh, thank you. The professor helped me with it too. See all the little gold inlay and the filigree? That's all the stuff that he did with his little jewelry skills.
I appreciate you both so much. When's your
no
birthday?
problem. I'm sorry I forgot about it, but I was so busy trying to help out the village that, I missed it the other day. So.
Deus, you never once apologized for helping out people in need.
Hey, you sound like the professor.
That is a very high compliment. Thank you.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll have another birthday next year. So,
Wow, Deus, how
stay
did you get
safe.
so good at laying pipe?
Oh, I had a dream. I had a dream about it, and in the dream it was very effortless. I'm a little sweaty now because things aren't that easy in real life. But yeah, I'm just trying to remember what I did.
Wow, you're doing great work. I'm sure the people
Thank
enjoy
you.
having plumbing.
Some of Ao's dreams are nice.
Just out of game for a second, I want to say that the fact that you keep track of birthdays and then you also make gifts for the characters is one of my favorite things. I love it. It's so great.
It's so
yeah.
sweet.
Anyway, those of you who are at the castle, and I'm assuming Sid, Kevin went to go find you. You come back out. Okay.
Yep.
So when you get back out there, you're talking to the people around, and then all of a sudden, Soul just kind of marches out from the castle. Except you don't recognize it as Soul. It's somebody wearing a really intricate costume. It looks like.
Oh, you part of the caravan? We already told you guys where to go. We don't need you in the castle anymore. I know I invited you all in, but we figured this out, and they're just signing paperwork now.
Oh, thank you. I'm just looking for my Megazord.
Soul
What
is
now?
dressed in the Power Ranger armor that just came out.
Oh my
he
gosh.
asked me at the start. He asked me at the start if you could buy it.
I was going to
And
say
I said yes. You can. So I'll post a picture of it, but it's literally you look
Please.
like a fucking Power Ranger.
You're looking for your what now?
I'm going to... So if I'm glamored with the helmet, can I take it off?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
going to take it off.
Your glamour was applied to some glasses, so you're wearing
Okay.
glasses, we'll say.
I
And it
will-
looks like the entire thing. Yeah.
Take it off so that Kevin can see my face.
Oh, Sal! I didn't recognize you. There's some fancy threads you got on.
Thank you, I just picked it up from the caravan.
Is it combat effective?
I have no idea, but it looks great.
Kevin punches you in the stomach.
Oh God.
It's still armor.
Yeah, it's the actual armor that Deus made.
Okay, I'm not really trying to hurt you. I'm just like it's a very
Which
like
led
light
to
punch.
The
Oh,
was the set of leather or whatever.
Yeah, the Virtuoso Armor and Gear, the badge. Yeah.
got it. Oh, I thought that was just cloth. It feels like leather. How'd you make it do that?
The guy sold me some crazy crystals. I could turn the armor that Deus made me into looking like this.
That's cool, but last time I talked to Ken, he said you shouldn't buy, crystals or any other type of medication from people. You got to be careful.
It's a very good point, Kevin. I'm gonna have to think about that.
Yeah, no worries. But hey, I really like whatever that is. It looks kind of like a mech that like Deej was driving, but like different.
I like the way you think, Kevin.
Thanks. I like the way you think too, Sal. Oh, by the way, at some point in the next few days, I want to talk to you about Bob. Look, I'm not going to try to push my religion, but I know there were some things going on at the steps, and I just think, you could use something right now to bring some joy to your heart.
I appreciate you worrying about me. We'll talk about this later.
Perfect. I'll see you later.
See you, Kevin.
I fucking. The thought of you fighting wearing that armor is so fucking great to me. I love it.
It's so good, guys. It's the gift that keeps giving.
I love it.
And then out of nowhere, Xenos comes around the corner, or Xenos, and sees.
Except you've got your helmet on.
You're behind me, you're just a Power Ranger.
He's also wearing the same armor.
His is just like black though.
It's a Black Ranger, because a mammoth.
Fucking my raid group, so Sid over here and Jess told me that I had to make myself, or my Phoenix Riser armor, that's what it's called. I had to make it cherry pink and then ride my pterodactyl around.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
So,
genius.
Yeah, and I posted a picture of it. Anyway, so that several more days go by and they finish your aetherite crystal, which I'll post a picture of now. This is what it's going to look like. This is making me want to play Civ.
Oh, that's so pretty. What the fuck?
Yep, you should play it. It's a good game. Alright. So, I'm totally cool. I love the concept of us discussing the improvements that you want to make to your area, your town, outside of game. However, for next week, what's the plan? So let's just say that a couple weeks have gone by, you've been resting, you've been setting up your castle, making it a home, helping out the village. You're now at a point where you probably feel it's okay to do something else. And Hancock has set up, or he's already started construction for his Ophiatoros branch of the East Aldenard Trading Company and is building some outer walls around your castle for you. So, with all of that said, and essentially leaving Hancock in charge while you're gone, I assume that's what you said you were doing.
Yep.
What's the plan for
Aetherite Stone to Ishgard to deal with what's going on there and find out additional information on whatever we can about like the circle and the weird guy we saw appear with the primals and then leave.
Okay, so once you're all gathered together, who's going to be casting the Aetherite teleport spell?
Would I have taught?
Yes, you would have
Sid
taught by now. So who's going to use it?
Sid, do you want to try your new spell?
Absolutely.
Given the distance, just so you know, per person that you're teleporting is 250 golden gil.
Damn.
I wasn't going to make it easy on you guys to just be able to teleport willy-nilly all over the world, so...
I will stay behind in my armor. I spent all my gold.
Well, you have a party fund for that reason.
Had.
But that's a lot.
Oh, is it gone?
We spent it on the trees and the crystal.
Yeah, but I can pocket. I mean, I still have some money left. I can pay if we
You
need
also
to.
will
It's not a big
have
deal.
Mike soon. Yeah.
Just tell me how much minus the group fund and how much extra we need. It's fine.
You guys decide that, but I'm assuming that between
Yeah.
all of you, you have enough right now, and then you can replenish your own stock once you get some tax money in.
Yeah, you guys can have all of my 16 gold, 23 silver, and 5 copper pieces.
Rich.
God, you might have to sell a kidney.
John, I'll talk to you about it, but I'm sure between the two of us, we'll have enough.
Yeah, no worries. Because I still have a decent amount of gold left. I mean, after the armor purchase, a lot less, but like still enough.
Y'all are literally going a quarter of the way around the world, so it's yeah. Anyway, we'll end the session with the feeling of your bodies imploding on themselves and feeling sick as you fly through the life stream of the world, and then re-expand as you show up outside the Aetheryte of Ishgard. That's where we'll pick up next week.
Okay.
Awesome.
Sweet, guys.
That
Good games.
was
Yeah.
fun. That was a lot of fun.
So about how much time would you say has passed from?
I think
I'd say
3
like
weeks is-
I'd say like 1 level of time.
not quite yet.
Damn it! It was such a good pitch, though.
Yeah, that was a good pitch. I like it.
3 weeks of time.
Okay.
How has our relationship improved with the townsfolk in those 3 weeks?
As far as you know, nothing's changed.
Damn it!
I mean, that's not to say that it hasn't changed. You
With
just-
all the pipe that Deus laid?
I
Quite a
think
bit.
Dace has got that backwards.
And I assume the way, like, as we make town improvements, we make more gil a month, right? Like,
That
as
is
the town.
correct. That will be
Yeah.
correct, yeah.
All right, guys. I'm gonna hop off. I love you all. Bye.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Before you leave, Daz, I'm curious on your impressions of Baldur's Gate so far.
I love it.
Crazy, right? Such a good
I
game.
love it. It makes me think of this campaign and all
Every
the
single
other
time I play, it makes me think of this campaign.
I love it. It's great because theater of the mind is fantastic, and me describing the way that things look, it's fantastic. Or when you guys do it too. But when you actually get to see the visuals of, oh, that's what a firebolt looks like. Oh, this is what witch bolt is. Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Here's me literally blowing up this this entire section. And I gotta tell you, I feel like it's going to make me a better DM playing this game because I'm now looking at battlefields a little bit differently. It's no longer, oh, here's an elevated section, here's a lower section. It's like, no, this is a fucking 3D area with rafters that you can be climbing in, things
They
you can
put
hang off
so
of.
much effort
I
into
love
that.
it. So
Yeah.
that you might see some improvements in my description of combat. We'll put it that
Awesome.
way.
And yeah, just to speak to animal spell, I mean, you'll see how important that spell is. There are so many animals you can speak to. It's
Oh, yeah.
wild.
Like,
I can't believe they
I
programmed
will
so
not
much of
make
it
a
in.
character that doesn't have access to that. spell.
Really?
It's
Because
so
there's-
crazy.
there's- every zone has animals to talk to.
If I
No.
have speak with dead and speak with animals, and then I kill an animal, which one would I use?
No, yeah. Well, you can't speak with dead that isn't very active. Like, there are specific things you can speak with, but you can't speak with most of the dead.
Yeah, the tip for
Yes.
Speak with Dead is cast it on the first corpse you see. Like, there's an amulet you can get very early in the game that lets you cast it once a day, and you only need it once a day because you can recast it for free the rest of the day. But after
Yeah.
you've cast it the first time, even if you use it on a corpse that, because most corpses will just say the corpse has nothing to say. Every corpse you encounter thereafter will glow green if you can talk to it. Because once you have the spell like active, it'll glow, and then that tells you can talk
But
to
green
it.
as in they'll actually have something to say?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they have a lot of specific dialogue.
You said there's an
And
amulet I have to get for this?
yeah, if
You'll
you
find it. I forget where it is.
I
It's in
found
the
it.
ruins by the beach. Like literally right outside where you
At the
started.
start of the game?
Mhm.
Then I haven't gotten it yet.
Yeah,
And-
there's a if you follow the coastline literally from where you wake up and just follow the coast with just like you can't make any right turns because it's coast, you'll run into the ruins. If you explore the whole thing, you'll find the amulet.
Maybe I did find it. It's where you find Withers, right?
It's literally did you open his crypt after you talked to him?
Maybe.
Because it was in that.
If
It's
not, you
in
can
the-
always
it's
go
in-
back.
It's in the chest in the same room. Yep.
Also,
Yeah.
for speak with animals, if you're out of potions or out of like uses, even though that's an all-day spell too, until you do a long rest, you can always, with the sorcerer, cast, find familiar. No, yeah,
Okay.
familiar animal, and just choose the animal that you need to talk to. Like if it's a rat, you can make a rat, and they can talk to each other. And yeah,
Sweet. So I see, Mike, you bought it and already played it since we talked about it the other
I
night.
have not a ton, but I have.
Also, two big things I think that I didn't learn until the second act. One,
I'm still in the first
potions are AOE, so you can, if you're with your party, you can throw the potion in between. Yeah, and you can heal everyone.
Nice.
And that's really it. I mean, I'm sure there's other things, but yeah, it's fine.
If you kill the creature or the person, it will not talk to you. But if you use disguise self, then you can talk to it.
That's hilarious.
Oh,
Can you
that's what I
disguise
was gonna
yourself
say.
to actually look like a specific NPC?
Specific NPC, no. Specific race, yes.
Okay.
Because basically, when you cast the spell Disguise Self, or if you bought the Collector's Edition, you get the Helm of Many Faces that the skeleton guy from Divinity 2 had.
I have that.
Yeah, and so you cast Disguise Self, you have a billion options of every combination.
No, I got that. It's just I accidentally let a particular druid die, and before I go back and talk to his people, I wanted to reflect him.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. Is that you can switch from lethal to bludgeoning, and that's really important for people who
I
are
wasn't
like,
the one who killed him. I just didn't let it. I just didn't save him.
yeah, it sucks. And you can't revivify people that aren't in your party. I learned that so many times. Like, damn it, don't die.
I tried to use Revivify. It didn't work, and I don't think I could resonate the person in my camp either.
Yeah, man, you have to get used to in this game. I've made some stupid choices, not thinking they were stupid, but they end up being really stupid, and you just live with the consequences.
That's why you replay
And
it.
there are
certain
quests in the game that have timers, even if you have literally zero interaction with that quest.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's actually kind of cool. That's
good.
Like, I don't.
It's very much D&D. I like that.
Yeah, because like there's an
very much
area
D&D.
where you go and there's like, oh, this building's on fire, and if
I know
you
exactly which building you're talking about, and I already
I
saved
fucked
it.
that one up. I'm
don't
like,
know
I can't do with this.
That's the best part. You don't have to.
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm excited to do like an evil playthrough
I am
because
too,
it's not just like, oh, you're an evil guy, but you're still like, it's not Mass Effect Renegade where you're just an asshole. It's going to be a completely different
Straight up
playthrough.
evil, though. But I feel so bad when I do that. I know it's a video game, and I still feel bad about being an evil asshole.
Yeah, I'm wondering like if they're gonna like if you feel like you can side with the goblins. It's very clear right out the door. You can go this way or that way. What the heck does that storyline entail?
Yeah,
because it's so wildly different.
I'm interested. There's so many different ways that you can play the game. Apparently, there's somewhere over 100 different endings that you can
They
get.
said like 7,000 technically unique endings, but that's probably like
Very
quest A,
minuscule
quest
stuff,
B.
yeah.
But
Yeah, you can blow yourself up. You can kill your party. You can. There's
I
a lot.
found the quickest roll credits ending. It's by accident.
Is that the one with Gale?
No, or I don't think it is.
Okay, because I know that somebody beat it in 10 minutes. Like, they speedrun and beat it in 10 minutes. Because there's one particular ending that you get. It's not a good ending, but it is a ending that you can get. And, like, they're like, yeah, literally beat it in 10 minutes and 12 seconds or something like that. Like,
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't watch it because I wanted in case it wasn't the same ending I discovered, but it's hilarious how that could happen.
All right, y'all. Have a good night.
All right. Good night.
I'm unplugging your computer.
Okay.